You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Hey Tony, drop that what bass? I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Roadium, get stupid, son. Yo, don't think that you can get none of Dre. The motherfucking doctor. The bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucker stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it, but Steve, Tony, A.M., Susan, yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in the mix, you know it's whack, and that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage, boy.
Tony A. Tony A. When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 146. And I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in, everybody on the live chat, everybody who's liked, subscribed, commented, whether it's negative or positive, it doesn't matter. You guys are still watching. All the Roadium Radio warriors on the live chat and everybody hating, thank you for tuning in. Much love, much respect to you guys. You guys keep that live chat popping. So other than that, people have been hitting me up for the ads. We're going to air the ads on Sunday. On Sunday, we're going to air all your guys' ads, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys submit all your ads at roadiumradio@gmail.com, roadiumradio@gmail.com, and we're going to have a special event on Sunday, and I'll announce what that special event is at the end of the show. So other than that, people have asking me, can I still submit my music? Yes, and we're still going through the submissions that you guys have submitted. I know some of you guys have submitted your music twice. Just give us some time because we try to stay booked a month and a half. So sometimes if we do book you, you're going to get a date about a month and a half away from now. And many of you, when we reach out to you guys, hey, your interview's coming up, you guys say, can I get rescheduled? That's what happens. Okay, so please bear with us when we give you guys a date. Sometimes we get cancellations, and I'll call some of you guys up. You guys say, well, I can't do it. I'll keep my original date. No problem. When your original date comes up, guess what? Oh, I got to cancel. It's just the way it works. So podcasting is not easy. Other than that, somebody asked me, is the DOCUMIXERY, because they looked at the 1 hour version of film festival version of the DOCUMIXERY at our YouTube page, and he wanted to see the 3 hour version. So people continue to ask me, is it still available for live, for streaming? Yes, it is at DOCUMIXERY.com. You can still watch the 3 hour DOCUMIXERY full version on for a limited streaming once you pay. And the Blu-rays will be coming soon. It's just that the company that was printing up our Blu-rays shut down because of COVID, and they just barely opened up, and they are behind. So guess what? I'm behind on those Blu-rays, but hopefully I get them soon. But if you don't want to live stream it, guess what? You go to our YouTube page here, and you can watch the 1 hour film festival version of the DOCUMIXERY. So with that being said, please allow me to introduce my very first guest of the night, Invincible.
Yeah.
How you doing, brother?
Good. Shit, I'm happy to be here.
Yes, you know what? I'm glad you're here, man. It's been a minute. I think the last time I saw you was at your video shoot.
Yeah. It was a So Loaded video shoot.
Yeah.
With Battle Cat.
Battle Cat, that's right. He was there. Yeah. I hadn't seen Battle Cat like in years, and to see him at your video shoot, and then I find out he actually produced the track.
Yeah, so Cat, I met him. What's funny with Cat is actually I saved up all my money, right? Because, I was a big Battle Cat fan. And I ended up bumping into his manager, and I said, I want to buy a beat from Battle Cat. I really didn't have enough money, but his manager said, you know what, step up your game with your budget, and you can. I said, nah, I want to buy a Battle Cat beat. I kind of worked out a deal. He let me rap over a track. Cat ended up hearing me, and then he was like, I want to meet you. So Cat ended up meeting me, kind of producing a bunch of tracks for me, and then we kind of built a relationship ongoing, and we worked on a lot of different tracks together.
That's dope. How long have you known him?
Shit, over 10 years. I mean,
shit.
he did a song too, called "A Soldier Never Dies" with John B. So it's me, John B, and Battle Cat. But we worked we worked on a bunch of different tracks.
Yeah.
Even for a soundtrack too. So
Yeah.
we've done a lot of different things back in the day. So I've been knowing him for probably over 10 years.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. I'm glad you're here because you know what? There's a lot of people that come here, okay? And I like to shine light on them because they have a lot of history. You know, there are people that will say, who's this guy? Who is she? Who is this? This is the platform created to shine light on people. For an example, like yourself, okay? Radio stations are not knocking down or not knocking on our doors for interviews.
Definitely.
You know? So we have to create our own platform, you know, and hope that people would tune in, hope that people would support, you know. But you have a lot of history. I just had a guy not too long ago named Cliff Ritchie.
Yeah.
Okay. Ex-manager of Lighter Shade of Brown. Has a lot of history.
Oh, yeah. He used to be. Yeah, I actually met him back in the day. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
And I brought him on, and believe it or not, I got a lot of DMs. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Who's this guy? Some were rude, some weren't. But here's what I said. Just tune in. Those same people came back and DM'd me and said, man, that was a fucking dope-ass interview, man. Because a lot of times we don't hear about these people.
Yeah.
And I know you have a lot of history with a lot of artists. You know, so, and I'm glad you're here so that we can talk about it.
Yeah, we can chop it up all day long.
So with that being said, man, how is your week going so far? I know it's barely Wednesday. So
yeah, you know what? The week, man, it's been consistently busy. So I have a busy, you know, for me, just other occupations that I do, not only from aside from music, but me running my own studio, photo video studio, and then running a strip club. So me running the strip club and running my own, you know what I mean? So I'm not only just a rapper, I'm a little bit of an entrepreneur too myself.
That's dope. That's dope. Now, I know you got some new music coming out. We'll talk about that in a minute. But tell us about your strip club, man. What made you get into the strip club business?
So
other than the butt cheeks.
You know what? So my boy, he hit me up. He's like, man, you know what? You're the guy that can probably bring. You can definitely help build this club up, because when I first got to the club, it wasn't the best club. The girls, I'm not gonna lie, they weren't the top notch ones. So I ended up taking up the offer. I said I'm gonna try to help build the club up. So me and him kind of we built that shit up, and now the club is cracking, man. So
wow,
you're ever in the OC, you want to check out?
You can plug it up.
All right, you want to check out Angel's Cabaret? You'll see me there. But yeah, I mean, I think we got a variety of different type of women, whatever you like. So this is a dope spot. I think we've done wow there.
Okay, Angel's Cabaret.
Yeah,
that's dope, man. Everybody's twerking in there.
Oh, throwing money. It's definitely a hell of a show. Every day is interesting for me, because if I'm dealing with the girls, I got to deal with them, or I deal with customers acting up. And so,
they get drunk and they think that the stripper wants them, right?
Yeah. They get drunk and they act a fool, and sometimes I feel like I mean, you deal with a lot of different type, and you want to kind of act a little outside of your zone. So I've witnessed a lot of different people in there doing some crazy things and seen some crazy things, but it definitely keeps you on your toes, man.
Yeah.
Being up in there.
You guys got some amazing twerkers over there, man?
Oh, we got some dope ass dancers. So shit. I mean, I recommend to go, especially on the weekends. So yeah, we normally have, I would say, in between 35 and 45 girls during the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes even more.
Wow.
So,
wow.
Yeah. Day shift's a little slower, but night shift's cracking.
Okay, maybe I might take you up on it. Go over there.
Yeah, let's go.
And make it rain.
We're gonna make it rain. All right. So,
that's good. So hey, everybody, Angel's Cabaret and the OC, right?
Yeah, in Anaheim. Angel's Cabaret.
Yeah, if you guys ain't doing nothing, go over there and get twerked on.
Hell yeah, go throw some money, show the girls some love, and
don't fight.
Don't fight.
And I'll tell you guys this before you guys get drunk: the girl don't want you. She's just doing her job.
Yeah, that's true. But then if your game is on point, you never know.
Yeah, because you know what? I used to go to strip clubs like years ago, and every drunk dude in there swore to God that the stripper was going to meet him outside. I'm like, let's go. Nah, bro, she's going to be outside, bro. She's coming. I know she is. Calm the fuck down. Let's go. She was just doing her job.
Yeah, you know what's a crazy story about that? So one night, there was this customer. I walked outside, And this must have been, we were closed. It was about 3 a.m. And it was cold too. He was out there, he's just waiting. And I was thinking, this is kind of weirdo. What is this weirdo over here waiting for? So now it's about 4 o'clock. And I said, I said, hey bro, what are you doing? He said, I'm waiting for a dance. He named the dancer's name. And I said, oh, there's no dancers here no more. They left. And he literally waited for a couple hours just waiting for her outside in the cold. I said, damn, these guys are like really serious. Oh, there's a crazy story I have, and there's a real story.
Go for it.
When I first started running it, there was one night where a guy, there's like a little grass area. He brought a tent, and he brought the stakes, and he was putting it. And I said, what are you doing, bro? Like, what the fuck you doing? He said, oh, I'm gonna stay the night. I said, you can't stay the night. You gotta get gone. You can't be up in the tent. He's like, yeah, I wanna make sure I'm here early enough so I don't gotta pay a cover charge. I said, nah, bro, you gotta wrap up that tent. It's time to go. So that's the kind of people we deal with on a daily basis.
Wow. How long you been there now?
A little over a year.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
And you guys actually filmed the video there for the song we're gonna talk about eventually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did day one with Short there, and then we did a lot of the other stuff at my studio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and the video premiered today.
So.
Awesome. We'll get into it, but now, other than that, where are you originally from, man?
So I was born in Pomona. That's kind of bases on my roots. Then I moved to the Inland Empire area. So I've been out there for quite some time. Got my studio out there, and but yeah. Originally from Pomona. Started at a studio called Hot Tracks Productions. Jimmy Robinson. And some people might know that studio. Like if you're an old Pomona head, you would know that studio. You know Jimmy.
Okay.
From Pomona. And that's what like Sugar Free started there, Cocaine Above the Law. That's actually how I met like Cocaine, and me and him worked several years together.
Yeah, I know I heard he's out of Seattle.
He's Seattle now, yeah.
Yeah, because whoever's managing him, I'm not sure if it was him, hit me up and they said whenever he's out here, I want to get him on your show, but he never really followed up.
Yeah.
So,
now me and him go way back, man. I mean, so I got funny stories with him, man. So
I met the guy twice, but you know what was the first time I met him? In 1988 here in the city of Torrance when they were doing the Above the Law album. So that was the first time I met him. Of course, he was a lot skinnier back then.
Yeah. Now he's a lot bigger.
Now he's blessed.
Yeah, now he's blessed, right? I think I'm blessed too because I've been eating good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I need to get me on a diet too.
Okay, now just for the record, you're not Asian, right?
No, I'm not Asian. So I know a lot of people think I'm Asian or no, I'm Mexican.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, because I know some people, even confuse you for another nationality.
Yeah, I heard about it. I got thrown in the mix of all kinds of different races. Nothing wrong with the other races, but I'm definitely Mexican.
You are who you are, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, now let me ask you this, man. Growing up in a Mexican home in Pomona, what type of music would you say you were raised with at home, man, as a kid?
So you know what? I got to give props to my mom. My mom was like she used to listen to, when I was a kid, she would listen to everything. Like I'm a big funk head, so I like funk music. Cause I kind of have like that player swag, you know what I mean? So I even like the Egyptian Lover. I like a lot of different, I like every type of music just about, cause I'm just a music head. But my mom, she would play like freestyle. She would play even disco music. She would play everything. And I got to give her props because she kind of put me up on game on so many different artists, different genres, and I just fell in love with music, man. Like I don't even watch TV. All I do is listen to music. I study music. That's my passion right there.
Right.
So you hear me playing some old ass shit. You hear me playing some James Brown, Big Payback. You hear me playing some Morris Day and the Time, or something like that. I'm just, every day is kind of different for me.
Right.
Whatever mood I'm in.
A couple of years back, I went out to OG Mike's. Mm-hmm. Okay, I went to OG Mike's. First time that I was there, I could probably count on one hand how many times I was there, okay? Yeah. But the time that I did go there, I had a great time. And the reason why I bring that up is because I was just tripping that so much funk that they play there all night.
Yeah.
Okay? Then I went to Scam and Jam, they call it, at the Regent. Yeah. All night freestyle funk, okay? And I'm over here like, fuck, like that's crazy. I have a point to this story. Then I go, I think they call it, I want to say the basement, but maybe not. It's in Orange County. It's downstairs. Okay, and I went to somebody invited me and said, man, well, they call it funk night or something. So I went the whole fucking night funk. I love it, okay, because that's my era. I grew up with that as well. But there is something about funk music that for us Latinos, for us Chicanos, it just never gets old, bro.
Nah.
Songs could be 30 or 40 years old, and more bounce is still new to us.
It's dope. You know what's crazy is like when I listen to funk music, I listen to ad-libs. I listen to little sound effects, little noises, little even instruments. And I'm wondering what kind of mindset they were in.
Yeah.
And I'm always thinking, what were they on? You know, what are they, what's the process of them coming up with? Even like if you listen to a Cameo, right? The guy goes, oh, or he does the oh stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, what is he thinking? Like, how do they get even that little sound effect that he's doing? Like that's, to me, that's why when I'm doing my music, I do a lot of different sound effects. If you listen to my stuff, I do, or if I write for somebody, because majority of the stuff I've done, whether the hooks, I've always wrote my hooks or something. I might have somebody else singing them, but I always had the melody in my head and always put it out there.
Right.
But I actually give credit to a lot of the older music because sometimes it gives me ideas how to do a hook or something.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you know what? Because like I said, I just trip out on how much we just love funk, you know, and it just never gets old to us. Like we all got black homies, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
But they be tripping out, like,
Yeah,
you still be bumping that old shit, and I'm like, it ain't old to us.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah.
You know, it ain't old. Really? And I'm like, okay, is it old to you guys? Yeah, we won't be bumping that old shit no more. And I'm like, the fuck?
That shit just it's like engraved in us. You know what's crazy is that like everybody now, not everybody, but there's a good amount of people doing some new age funk or the new age oldies.
Yes.
And I think it's totally dope, man.
Real fucking dope, bro.
I think it's really dope.
Because they make that shit sound like it was back then.
Yeah, and the quality sounds good. They're being creative. I mean, I'm digging it. I'll be bumping. There's one, I think it's Zachy Force, Push Play or something. I bumped the shit out of that. And then there's some of the older funk songs too are coming back where people are playing them. So I'm just like, I stay aware and on point with different type of music.
You know what's funny, man? Isn't it funny that we create or we replay or remake old school music, okay, that's timeless, you know, because good music doesn't have an expiration date.
Does it?
Okay. But it's funny because today we got today's music, and it's almost like I think today's music, in my opinion, are not creative enough. That it's almost like we have to go back in time to recreate something that worked back then for it to work today.
You know what's interesting is I kind of question if people are like music fans. That's my biggest thing, because I feel like maybe they're not music fans of today. Because like, are there artists like Prince, or are there artists like Michael Jackson? Is there artists like that here today?
I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I know some people would say, you know, maybe like a Bruno Mars is one of those people.
See, he's dope because he's outside of the box. But I feel when I'm at the club, everything is trap music, trap. And I say it's cool, you know what I mean? I you know, that's what people like, and I respect that. But at the same time, where's the original? Like when I remember growing up, if I'm cruising down the street bumping, or if I'm with somebody, I wanted to play something that nobody had.
Right.
That's what I wanted to always be different. I've always new shoes, different shoes, something that nobody had. And that's why, like, my style, if you really listen to me, people may not resonate with my style, because my style is, I don't know if I'm an unorthodox type of rapper or something.
It's just different.
It's just a different flow, right? They say, oh, you sound like Snoop, or you sound like Sugar Free, or you sound like this. But that's just kind of my swagger, you know what I mean? So, like, everybody might be talking about trapping or gangbanging, but I've always been, like, kind of like a Mac, man, like a player, you know what I mean? Like, I've always, from a young kid, I always had girls and different things, and that was kind of my swagger, you know what I mean?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But that's always been my swagger. It's not that I'm saying that I'm this crazy ass pimp daddy, but I'm saying that that's my style. I'm not trying to be a hard gangbanger. I'm a motherfucking Mac. That's what I do.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Hey, return of the Mac.
Yeah.
Now I'm a macaroni.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Now let me ask you this: around what age would you say, man, that you were inspired, motivated to start writing, to start rapping?
I would say at 12 or 11.
And what do you think it was that?
You know what? It was a Run DMC. It was crazy, man. Well, see, I always listen to music. I listen to just all kinds of shit. But my aunt, she brought me a karaoke machine. It was actually, my cousin was a rapper. He was a lot older than me. and he was dope. But he had a karaoke machine, and he was like, just freestyle on this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, all right. And then my aunt ended up buying me a karaoke machine, and then I would be on my tapes rapping over rapping over all kinds of shit. I think there was an artist named C Murder.
Okay.
And there was a song called G's and Max, and I would rap over that. I would just rap over a lot of different shit. And next thing you know, I started, I think, getting better at writing. And yeah, man, I called up a studio, which was that guy Jimmy Robinson at Hot Tracks. And then he ended up hearing me. He's like, damn, you kind of got something.
And at what age were you then?
I was probably 15.
And you just called up the studio?
Called up a studio. Oh, so check this out. I dropped out of school at 14, right? I was like, fuck school, I'm done. Yeah. Dropped out of school, moved in with my grandma full time. And then I had a job. Like I worked a job. I was working at Taco Bell and everything.
No shit.
Yeah. So what I did was I saved up my money and I started buying beats. And I bought this one. So I started buying this beats for this guy Jimmy this in Pomona off of like Hot Tracks. And he was tripped out. He's like, "Dad, you a little ass kid saving up money to buy your own beats." Like that's
over here making burrito supremes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So he was tripping out on that shit. Like, what the fuck? And so I was a big music guy, right? So there's a song by the Culture Club called Time.
Yes.
Right? And I heard it. My mom was playing it. And I said, I'm gonna use that sample. Dum, 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 dum. So there was a song called Alley Writing. He did the beat. And I actually got radio play back in the day, like in Vegas, a couple different stations play that shit. Alley Writing song, yeah.
Is that song still available?
You go on YouTube, Alley Writing. It's an old school track. It's over 10 years. Yeah, that was one of the first songs that I've ever done. You know what's funny is that So Loaded, the video.
Yeah.
Even though we did the video last year, that's well over 10 years old. Yeah.
No shit.
What happened was I kind of took I got a little burned out with like the business aspect of music. Just dealing with different things. And, I kind of feel like the music business is a little shady. You know what I mean?
Of course it is.
Super shady. You meet just scumbags. But on the other hand.
I'm glad you said that.
No, there's a lot of different. And, a lot of, like, I should write a book because there's only one artist that I met till this day that I could really give props. His name is Big Psych. He's from Tupac the Outlaws.
Right.
Big Psych. I got keys. That guy, man, was trying to put me up on game as a little kid. He would say, Vince, go get an LLC, go start your own business, start a record label. I didn't listen to him. Because when you're younger, you're not developed. Some things, like you could drop game on me, but as a kid, it might not resonate with you. You can't comprehend that shit. You're not ready for it.
Right.
So at that time, I was definitely not ready for his game. But he used to tell us stories about like Pac. He was a good dude, man. That was one dude who like always tried to put me up on game. Right.
You know what? In this fucking game, I was maybe 22 years old, and I walked into a meeting, and I guess these two guys didn't think that I was listening. One guy, there's a record label guy, and then this was his buddy that had been in. I won't ever mention his name, but if I do, everybody will know who the fuck he is because he's known big time. And he was telling the record label guy, whoever you sign, you ain't got to give them the publishing or the writers.
Oh, damn, yeah.
Keep all that shit. That shit's yours. And when I walked out, I was already schooled on that. So I was thinking to myself, like, fuck, my job, at least I felt it, people that I know, make sure you keep your publishing and your writers.
Right, yeah.
Make sure you keep that. Well, what is that? What? Make sure you keep your publishing and your writers. That's why a lot of rappers today cry and say,
they're not making their money.
They're not making their money. I was getting fucking ripped off.
Yeah.
Dude, double platinum group, first time out, double platinum, just 2 million copies. We were out in Florida, and I was buying them drinks because they were still fucking broke.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Look at, and it's no offense. That's why I said I have a lot of stories about rappers. Because we as a young kid, you have this persona, like these guys got money. They got money and this and that. Man, half of these motherfuckers didn't even have cars. They didn't have, and I was tripping out on that. I was like, these motherfuckers, and they used to be on me like I was a young kid, so I looked up to a lot of these guys.
Right.
I was like, damn, working with these guys, but I thought they had money.
No, those motherfuckers still living at home, bro, and probably on disability or something, dude. And it sucks because a lot of these artists, when you meet them, you know, you're thinking like, these motherfuckers made it. These motherfuckers, you know, they look like they're throwing away money on Instagram, and you know, they're eating at nice, expensive places, and then you go to their crib and they're living with abuelita.
You know what's crazy is I would see some people, artists that were very talented, right, and they were on drugs, fucking up their life. And that Bronx Tale movie always came to my mind. Like there's a quote from the Bronx Tale: "Say the saddest thing in life is a waste of talent." And when I would see these guys, that always stuck in my mind. Like I don't ever want to be a waste of talent. You know what I mean? So that's why, like today, I had to come back to music because I'm like, you know what? Let me get up in here and let me just see what I could do. You know, I know what I'm capable of doing. I know I can expand. I know I've been around a while, but let me show what I can really do. And I feel like I'm very capable of doing whatever I put my mind to, man.
That's good, man. That's good. You know what? And one thing that I want to encourage everybody that's out there watching or is tuning in maybe late on a later date is that get your business right if you want to get into this music business. Get your business right, because there's a lot of talented people out there with hits that are broke as fuck. And they spend the rest of their lives miserable.
Yeah.
Because I got ripped off. Yeah, you did get ripped off, but you had an opportunity to get your business right, and right now you're being warned. Ain't nobody else gonna tell you that, bro.
Yeah,
you know.
It's just,
so,
yes, it's crazy. That's the sad thing about it, is that the music game could make you a little bit bitter as an artist once you start getting deeper into it. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like if you really have if music is your passion, you're gonna fight through it. It's just a lot of ups and downs with it.
This music business has literally fucked up a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I'll give you, for instance, I've known rappers that came out, blew up overnight, a platinum album, you know, not streams, record sales, 1 million records. They're on top of the world. Second album flops, okay? And they pretty much fell off the face of the earth. It got to the point, and this is a true story, and I know these two individuals from two different groups. They weren't popular no more. People were no longer asking them for autographs. The label dropped them. Like, they were here, and in the next album, they were down here. They ended up getting checked into a mental ward because they couldn't handle it anymore, bro. One of them actually broke out, and then the other one ended up turning into a, sad to say, a crackhead.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't handle the failure. You know, and I'm thinking, you know what? When you're on top, enjoy it.
You know what? That's my thing is that was kind of scary too, because like when I was back in the day when I was working with John B, when we did the Soldier Never Dies record, like I was at Paramount Studios. I was doing like all these fancy things. I had the investor behind me, all these cool things, right? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna be at this level, and then nothing really happened. And honestly, I was kind of embarrassed, man. I was like, shit. You know, nothing really cracked. And I think that's, as a music artist, because realistically, you got to make this persona of you being a baller, you having this and that, until I really learned about getting my business right. That's why I started my own business. That's why I did all these other things, to be able to fund what I really want to do. And,
right.
you know, I didn't want to work for nobody no more. I'm like, fuck working for somebody. I'm not going to.
Yeah. I didn't want to work for nobody. You know what? And I'm blessed and I'm thankful that, you know, I don't have to work, bro. Yeah. I get up whenever the hell I want. I do what I do because I'm making a living off of it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm thankful for that. And I encourage others, get your business right. And you too don't have to get up and go work for somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it feels good, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I would rather have your job.
Well, my thing is, it's fun, you know, I ain't gonna lie. You do deal with a little bit of everything. I've been in my wars over there, but at the same time, it's cool, man. I mean, you're around a lot of women, and that's a good part, right? Something. No, I mean, I don't mean it like that, but yeah, you're around a lot of different stuff, and I've learned a lot even being there too, man.
Yeah. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and take a break, and then when we come back, I want you to talk about everybody you work with and what premiered today.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
All right.
Okay, everybody. So make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, let them know that Invincible's in the motherfucking building. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Go get yourself a drink.
Sit up right here with Kiki Smooth. What's good, G? Yeah, right here shooting a music video.
Right here, Bakersfield, baby.
Yeah.
Big O's house, goddamn it.
Yeah.
Oh, don't play.
Track Films, dropping that. Something dope, something dope.
You know how we do
stay
it.
tuned, man.
Picking up with Abel and Anthony. Sunday dope.
sure. It's a wrap. We done.
All right.
We out.
Hey, thank everybody. Thank Anthony. Thank Abel, Mr. Blue, Cali for coming through and blessing
Our
us with
special
some
actors, yo.
Yeah, that's
Real,
right.
yo.
Also,
Jay
Abel,
Whitlock, you know me?
Abel and Anthony. Also, you guys did great acting.
Yeah,
Kiki
yeah.
And Jay Whitlock, you did great.
Husky the music.
Everybody did great. I
Richard
want to thank my
Rufus.
leg for holding up.
First Mexican rapper out of Compton. Y'all get ready, yo.
Yo, her, take it from the top.
New chop. Power move on.
If you mess with me,
Yo, this is how I see it. Tony A chilling at the Roadium with my homeboy Steve. Be on the lookout for our new 12-inch. The shit is dope. Yo, I like to say what's up to my homeboy Dre, my homeboy Prince of Jazz, and the girls with the big ol' ass. So Trip, I'm about to bust one more time to let y'all niggas know just what's on my mind.
In the morning, police at my door. Fresh as eat a squeak across my bathroom floor. Out my back window, I make my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. Mad with no music, but happy cause free. And the street to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least a grand.
You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch. Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 146, and we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to go ahead and jump right back into it with Invincible.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I feel.
See, that's your third beer, man. You getting a little buzzy yet or no?
Nah, not. I actually want to take a shot. I was like, "Where's the shots at?"
Oh
man?
Shit! Well, I'll get you some.
You gotta remember.
I'm trying to save that bottle.
And yeah, you gotta remember, it's me running the club. Shit, I got customers buying me shots all day, girls wanting shots. So it takes a good.
You know, that's what I was gonna ask you. When you run a strip club, do you drink a lot?
Yeah, I do. I drink hard liquor. I don't really drink beer. So we just take shots.
Shit?
Yeah.
Like, what do you take shots of? Like, just tequila?
You know what? I could drink anything. Like, it doesn't matter. I might have Hennessy, and then I always tell the customers, like, what are you drinking? Or if the girls, they're like, Vince, can you buy me a shot? What do you want to drink, baby? And they tell me, and I drink whatever. Hennessy, Casa Sul, 1942, and Jameson.
By the way, he brought me a 1942, but I told him since Sunday's my birthday, I got to open it up on Sunday, man.
Shit, Tuesday's my birthday, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, I got some other stuff. It ain't 1942, but I think you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, definitely.
So with that being said, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about some of the artists you've worked with, man, that people may not know.
So back in the day, what I said?
You mentioned John B.
Yeah, John B. Me and John worked on Soldier Never Dies record. We have a video too. Battle Cat produced that. That's an old school video. Then I work with like J.O. Felony, which I have a funny story about that guy. Because that guy ripped me off. So me and him had beef for a while.
No
you know
shit.
What I mean? Yeah. So he knows me. It's all good. I know. I seen him on YouTube. Now it's old school, so I don't have no hate towards him. But I work with Sugar Free, Cocaine. Who else, man? Big Psych, King T.
Yeah, we just had King T on not too long ago.
So what's funny about King T? We have I have Big Psych and King T on the same record, and I don't know if they had like an issue back in there or something. But King T, he said, I've never worked with Big Psych before. I thought, okay, cool. So, yeah, I have a ton of records with Cocaine.
No shit.
Yeah.
What is it about Cocaine that Chicanos love?
I don't know. For me, see, because he's from Pomona, I'm from Pomona, so it's kind of like that's like the Pomona, you know.
Yeah.
So I bet he's from the West Side. So I mean, it's kind of like, you know, we kind of started same place. So I don't know. Me and him just kind of connected, And then, yeah. So, and we were working like a lot back in the day. And shit, we used to go to different studios. I even broke down in the car with them and fucking walk into a studio. No, we got all kinds of stories, man. Took a taxi back from Burbank all the way to the Inland Empire. And back then we were broke, so I didn't have no money to pay the taxi. It was like $600, so I just booked it.
No shit.
Yeah. Damn. He remembers that story. You asked cocaine.
Okay. What about J.O. Felony, man? You said he ripped you off. What's that story?
So J.O. So check this out. This is a crazy story. I paid him for a verse to do a verse. He did the verse faster than anyone I've ever saw do a verse. Like, he wrote that shit like 2 minutes. I'm like, damn, that guy, I'm like, that motherfucker's a talented ass dude. Like, I ain't even that dope. You know what I mean? That motherfucker dope. So I'm like, all right, he's so and then he laid it like two times perfect. I'm like, man, he's pretty good, man. And I was just kind of impressed with.
I think I know what he did, but go ahead.
Yeah. So a few weeks later, there's this other guy, and he has his on Dub CNN. He releases a video, and J.O. Felony's on the video, and he's rapping the same verse. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I called J.O. and I'm like, hey, bro, you rapping the same verse? He's like, oh, my bad. I didn't know. I said, yeah, but the problem is I paid you for the verse, bro. Like, what are you doing? And so I'm going to get you another verse. So he was supposed to jump on the song with King T and Big Psych.
Right.
But he just kept bullshitting, and then me and him got into it, and then kind of just left it at that. You know what I mean? I did like a little diss record on him, but I never released it. But I even have him like, it's just interesting. And then I don't know what he's doing now, but it's old school.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, man, that I work with a lot of rappers, okay? And a lot of times, a lot of rappers will hit me up, and we're talking about late 90s, early 2000s, okay? Mm-hmm. Hey, man, do you think you can get, I'm working with a rapper that is not really that known, but do you think you can get so-and-so to drop a verse on my song? And I said, I know him and I can ask him, but I can't promise you, and please don't ask me to ask him for discounts.
Yeah.
I'll connect you guys, and then you guys just go from there. Okay, cool. So I brought in whoever his name is, and I started hearing him write his verse, and then he started spitting it. I recognized that verse because I had already recorded it with him about a month ago.
Uh-huh.
And I'm over here like, he's not going to do that. And believe me, I tried to just like, hey, man, we just did that last month, And you know what he said?
What did he say?
So I need people that are listening to be careful with these type of guys. He said, I don't give a fuck. This song ain't going to go nowhere anyways.
Damn. That's probably how they feel because they're trying to make their money. Because like I said, we just discussed this. A lot of the dudes already had the money like that. So they were trying to, they trying to hustle, trying to scam people. Oh, I'll do this verse for you. Just shoot me some money. And they hound you too.
Yeah, man. And I'll tell you another one. And that guy got paid $1,500 for one verse that he had already recycled. Yeah. Here's another one. I was working with this one rapper, and he wasn't that known, but he had money. And a very well-known rapper that fell off the face of the earth was with me. And he told this guy, hey, man, I could get you some tracks from Daz and Corrupt.
Yeah.
That's what he said. And the guy was like, for reals? And he goes, yeah, cheap, man, cheap. They usually charge about 15 grand a track. I'll get it for you for at least 5 because it's coming from me. No shit. This guy just went home and worked up some bullshit and told him, but you can never say it is produced by them.
Oh, shit.
So now he's trying to hide it. And the guy goes, for reals? He goes, yeah. Give him a bullshit track. Kai, he was trying to make it sound like some dog pound type of shit.
Yeah.
And the guy bought it, but later on he found out that he got scammed.
He got scammed.
Yeah.
That's the problem with the music game is there's so many scam artists. People saying they could do this for you, do that for you. And that's the fucked up part about the music game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it does kind of kill you, like your passion. Like if you're truly passionate about it, eventually you're going to run into some scammed people that say they could do this and that, and it's totally bullshit.
Man. And you know what? I don't like to be like this, but sometimes I feel compelled to warn people about certain scam artists that I know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, you're working with so-and-so? Yes. Okay, look, I'm not going to tell you everything, but I will say this. Remember this. Make sure you take care of this and make sure you take care of that. If you do those 3 things, you'll be fine with this guy. I'm not going to throw him under the bus because I'm hoping he went straight,
And what's funny is you know about it. And I mean, I've been there too. I might know, and I let them know, like, hey, just be wary about these situations. You know, these certain things about this person.
Right. So let's talk a little bit about what premiered today.
Yeah. So today we did Rain Dance, and that's with Too Short. So Too Short's in the video with me, and yeah, man, it's a record produced by my boy Symes Carter, and you know, it's just I run the strip club thing, and I do the whole, you know, got the whole girls and shit like that. So basically, I said, you know what, let me do it. I did a first song. It was called Weatherman, where I'm talking about shit. I'm the weatherman as far as throwing money. You know, because when you at the club, right, you get to see certain people that go to the club,
right,
and they'll get a pitcher of beer and not do nothing. They'll just goddamn perverts just looking at the girls, not doing nothing, not throwing no money, right?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, shit.
I'm just
right? I mean, you gotta break bread somewhere, right? I mean, my thing is like I'm trying to get my girls paid. If I get my girls paid, I get paid because they gotta break me off at the end of the night.
Right. So
that's kind of the way it works, right? They tip me at the end of the night. So if the guys are just staring there watching, it's just like, come on, bro.
Right.
So my thing was I did a song called Weatherman, and what's weird is I said, you know what, I want Short on this hook, and so I sent him the hook. However, I had another song, and I said, man, maybe a verse was something better on this, and so we ended up going with Rain Dance.
Okay, and what is Rain Dance for the people that?
So Rain Dance is basically shit. It's about throwing money, making it rain.
Making it rain.
Make it rain. Even Short says, make it rain on that bitch. So just make it rain.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's
So
dope.
so it's when you're at the strip club. So I don't know. For my people that ain't too familiar with the strip club, like, you know, you might get a section, buy a bottle service or something like that. Then you have the girls dance on you, you just throw money, you know.
You know what? I'm going to ask you a weird question since you're talking about strip clubs, okay? When was the first time? Think about this. When was the first time you ever saw a girl twerk for the first time?
Shit, for the first time? Probably like at a house party.
Okay. 1991, I was in Atlanta, a place called Magic City.
Oh, damn.
Okay. I walked in there. Of course, I was with Quick and those guys, and there was money all over the fucking floor. I didn't understand that. You know, your first thing is to do one of these, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Some dude in a big ass lime green suit was running the whole joint, all gold teeth and everything. And he gives me some money, stacks of ones. And he goes, sit down right here, boy. He goes, y'all boys never seen anything like this in California. And I was like, no shit. And I'm thinking to myself, he's giving me money. I didn't get the whole shit, you know?
Yeah.
Because out here, you used to pay a girl $5 for one song dance.
Yeah, that's cheap.
Yeah, but we're talking about late 80s.
Talking about back in the day, eh?
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, we used to put it right here and shit like that, you know. But, so he gave me money, and then my manager says, I think he wants you to throw it. And I said, why would I want to throw it? I was still didn't understand it.
Yeah.
So I go, is there a certain way to throw it? You know? And then some dudes were like flicking them, and then some dudes were like, you know, and then some dudes are just fucking making it fucking rain.
Make it rain.
But I remember this girl, I guess he was a fucking pimp. He came and he told the girl, he goes, show him, you know, and she grabbed her knees and that shit. And I was like, hey, did her butt just clap? Like, that was the first time I saw that. I was 22 years old.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is like club scene. I know we haven't had the clubs open really in a while, but this is what I trip out, because when I was, you know, going to clubs, because I used to use my brother's ID to get in nightclubs. I'll go in like 21 and over nightclubs.
Right.
And I used to be bumping and grinding with the girls. I was like, man, like basically humping them on the dance floor.
Of course.
Nowadays they don't be doing that shit.
Oh no.
I'm like, damn, they're afraid to do that shit.
Now, back in the day, what was it? We used to freak them.
We freak them.
Freak them. One in the front, one in the back.
Yeah, shit. I don't know what's up with I don't know what's going on, but if you take me to a club, I'm gonna freak them.
Yeah, exactly. Freak them, man. Today, what kind of dances?
I don't know what they do, man. It's like they're scared of women or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
6 feet away.
Yeah, 6. The social distancing worked in their favor.
For us, it was within 6 inches away, huh? But
nah, it was on a cracker. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've been to a club, but I when I did go to the nightclub, yeah, it was definitely like that.
Yeah, man. So okay, so the video is out today. Once again, Rain Dance, YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube. Go to Invincible TV, or just look up Invincible Rain Dance. It'll come up with Too Short.
I want to check it out, man.
Yeah, check it out.
Because I know you asked me, and I said I didn't know it came out to that. All I saw was what you posted on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
we
so
definitely. We shot the video at Angel's Cabaret, and we shot it at my studio.
Okay.
So we kind of used both locations. We dressed it well. You know, it looks.
Yeah,
cool.
I saw it, man. I saw the clip that you did it when you were in the car talking.
Yeah.
And you walk into the club.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. You know, I definitely whatever I do. I like even sound. You know, I'm real big on sound. Like I took that record. Even if you don't like the record, right?
Right.
Like I'm super big on sound, so I took the record. We went to Paramount. Even the mastering, I took it to Bernie Grubman to get it mastered because I'm like super anal about everything that I do. And maybe that's my issues because I'm like a perfectionist. Even when I'm laying a song, you know what I mean. Even if it's an ad lib, like if it's not mixed, I don't even like showing nobody nothing.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. When I work, I like one of those secret 007 producers. I don't show nobody shit, bro.
I don't either. If it's not mixed right. And maybe the normal ear can't really hear what's really happening, but me, I'm like, nah, I ain't even showing you that.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say there's a lot of non-creative motherfuckers out there rapping that are willing to hear somebody's sound to steal it.
Yeah,
that's what they're doing. Believe me, I've been around where in the past I've showed people. Now I didn't have a record deal for the guy that I was working with, but this guy that I showed already had a fucking record deal. The next week, he had already remade what I had played for him. It was on the radio.
Damn.
Okay.
Like, you know what? I heard a lot about people doing that type of shit too.
Yeah, and back in the day, check this out. They used to have like fan clubs. Send in your letters or your pictures, and people send in music. Check out my demo. A lot of known rappers, and I won't name them, used to play them. Fuck, that shit's pretty dope. Then they would get on the fucking keyboard, remake it, send that demo back. No, we're not interested. Thank you.
Damn.
And just steal shit.
Still shit all day, huh?
Yes. I mean, I'll tell you during the break who it was.
All right. Well, no, I kind of have an idea of who it is. Yeah. I've heard stories about.
Well, somebody that wanted to charge things like $60,000 for a track. Yeah, but we'll leave that out of it.
You know what? I know you homies with Quick. Well, you know what? When I first met Quick, it was weird because John B. I actually booked him on the show.
Okay.
I booked John and Quick on the show. I don't even think Quick knew that I was the guy that
promoted
that got them on the damn show, right?
Okay.
And John was like, "Yo, this is my boy Invincible. Me and him just got a track with Battle Cat, whoop de whoop." And Quick was like, "Hey, no, I came at him respect. I wasn't coming at him like that Rudy Poo dude. I wasn't coming at him as like a Mark ass dude trying to be Quick." And actually, Quick is somebody that he actually influenced me musically.
Yeah.
Like I love his rhythmalism. I love a lot of his albums, and it's I love what he did. I think towards the end he kind of drifted off, but I mean I got to give him props. He's one of the artists that I actually looked up to. But when I met him, he was like, "Yo, this is my boy Invincible," and he's like, "Oh, well, he kind of act whatever." And I said, "Yeah, Quick, big fan, man. Maybe one day, we'll definitely collaborate or something, But yeah, nice to meet you." He says, "Yeah, you want to collaborate, man? You got to give me 50 grand. I'll make
50 grand.
He said, 50 grand. I'll make your dreams come true." So when he told me that, I'm like, "Fuck you, homie!" Like, so I ignored him. I'm like, "Little do you know, I'm the one who put this motherfucking show on." You know what I mean? Because I was doing shows. Like, I would book shows. Like, people didn't even know. I would fucking get John or get Battle Cat. I even got one with MC Magic back in the day. I put a show on, and then I was like the guy that's opening up the show. And no one even knew that I was doing the shit.
Shit. Well, I'm glad you're saying all this now. So 50 grand, he'll make your dreams come true?
That's what Quick told me. He said he'll make my dreams come true.
But like, what does make your dreams come true all encompass? So what does that mean?
I don't know what he meant by that. But you know what? After that, it kind of just showed me what kind of person he was. And you know what? But I already knew how a lot of these artists were. You know what I mean? Because they're like goddamn egomaniacs, right? So I'm like, it's all good. Now me, as I'm getting older, I kind of understand how the ego runs with these artists,
You ever meet any rappers that you were like, I fucking regret meeting that motherfucker?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of the artists I've looked up to growing up, I'm like, fuck these guys. Straight up. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Pride's a motherfucker, bro.
No, I'm straight up because you know why? Because there was something totally, and I had a friend tell me this. He's like, sometimes I wish I didn't meet these guys that I'd rather just be fans of their music rather than meet them. Yeah. Why? Because they on some bullshit, man.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I've known a lot of dope, talented rappers that at one point they were somebody. Mm-hmm. Not taking that away from them that they're nobody now, but my thing is like your song is 30 years old.
Yeah.
It was banging, it was a beautiful song. You got your plaques and everything, but please do not act like your song just came out yesterday.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and a lot of dudes act like that. You know, it's almost they're unapproachable.
Yeah.
You know, do you know who I am? Yeah, you're a fucking has-been, bro. You know, get off your fucking horse.
Yeah, you know what? I give everybody, you know, definitely like the older guys, I give them respect because I did listen to, and a lot of their sound might have influenced me in some type of way.
Right.
But at the same time, when you do meet them, it's totally a 360 of what you might have perceived them to be.
Right.
So that's the sad reality of the music game.
And you know what? Look, let me say this. A lot of them don't act like that with me, but when I introduce them to people,
Yeah.
kind of like the way you were introduced.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they try to act like, do you know who I am? You know,
Yeah,
mandamos a la verga.
Yeah, and that was a sad thing because I'm like, man, I actually liked your music, man. I really did.
Yeah. Well, you know, we wish them well.
Yeah, I still bump some of the stuff.
Yeah,
It's
hell
cool.
yeah.
It's cool.
But now, it's out. The video's out.
Yeah.
I know things are opening up now because of COVID. I know. Put it this way: I got a membership to a museum. I love going to museums. So I got an email today that my museum's going to open up on April 1st. I hope that's not an April Fool's joke.
No.
Okay, because I plan to go.
Hey,
But-
you know what? A lot of people do need museums. What I'm finding to realize at the strip club, and just in general, people in general, they need to read goddamn books because, I mean, I don't know if their brains are gone or something like that. I don't know. I don't get it, but on the real, I feel like a lot more people need to be learning and, I mean, growing, even whatever it is, even on business. That's why, like, some people say, like, what's your purpose on life? And my purpose on life, I feel like, is to show people how to find their passion. I keep telling people that all the time. My thing is, like, if I meet somebody, I want to help you discover your passion. That's what I want to do.
Well, me and you are on the same page. You know, when I go, I take my coffee, I find a spot, and I sit down and I read.
Yeah.
You know what I just got as a birthday gift, and I want to give a shout out. Well, I'll save the shout out till Sunday, but somebody just bought me a Clint Eastwood autobiography. That's my favorite actor, bro.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Name me a whack Clint Eastwood movie, bro.
I don't know one, bro.
You know what I was watching again the other day? Gran Torino. You seen that one?
Hell yeah, that shit's classic.
Fuck yeah, man.
That
Hell yeah.
shit's raw too. He was raw.
Yeah,
He
man.
just blunt, raw.
Man, I can name you all of them, bro, but fuck, that's a dope one.
Yeah.
But now, other than that, what are you working on now? Are you still working on music right now? Because I know you just released it.
Yeah.
Is this just a single? Is the EP following?
So what I realized is that for me, you know, no one really knows who I am and what I'm doing. So my thing was, let me just release a couple singles just to kind of get a buzz going on, and then I hit them with an album. But I mean, I have videos out there for you guys to see. You know, I like the So Loaded one.
Right.
Soldier Never Dies. I have a few of them, so they can see my work, and then I'm gonna hit them with an album though. I'm already working on a bunch of stuff, so I'm working with different artists too. So this is just kind of like a warm up. I already got another artist on a featured on this other track that I'm working on. That's pretty cool, and I'm gonna start working on a lot of solo stuff, my own stuff as well.
Okay. Are you interested at all in maybe developing any artists, bringing them out, or are you just more concentrated on yourself?
Yeah, eventually I kind of wanted just to work on my stuff right now because I kind of stepped away from the game, and then but yeah, I definitely want to do kind of take the blueprint of like Master P and see what I can do.
You know, you said you stepped away from the game. What made you step away, and how long were you away from the game?
Well, it was the business aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like the scammers. That's what it was. It was just kind of like, all right, you know, I was doing all these gigs, all these jobs that I wasn't really, you know, I didn't really like. So you know, I was struggling to basically make a living. I was paying for all my production, paying for all my studio time.
Right.
And I said, well, I need to figure out something how to fund this stuff. So I started my own business. So I stepped away, started my own business, and then now I do whatever the fuck I want to do.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. You know, first of all, I want to say something, and for everybody listening, I want to give this man, you know, his credit and tell him thank you, because when I came back, I took maybe like a 10 or 12 year break from music, bro. Yeah. And I was happy. I really, really was happy because I was tired of this bullshit. I only came back to do this documentary, okay, that I started filming in 2017. It took a whole year to film it because we did it. My first time ever doing something like this. I didn't know how big it was going to be. It turned out to be a 3-hour documentary. Yeah. That's what we talk about, the DOCUMIXERY. It took a year to edit. Again, we're barely learning. My directing debut, Now, I share that because I hit up everybody and their grandma for an interview. I knew that I was, that I was doing music in the 80s and throughout the 90s and early 2000s, but taking a 10-year break, a 10 or 12-year break, people tend to forget about you, okay?
Definitely.
So I started hitting people up, and I started hitting them up with my bio. Hey, man, if you're interested, I'll do an interview, 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
I remember you were at the Baker Boys. I remember because I was, and I remember you even came to my spot.
That's where I was going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I was going. Yeah. And I was literally, and I'm not lying to you when I say this, I was literally begging for interviews. I hadn't even thought about a podcast yet.
Yeah.
Okay? And I remember you hit me up and you said, you know what, I got this little event. Why don't you come and speak?
Yeah.
And I said, I'm there. Honestly, to me, it didn't matter how many people were there, but it was an opportunity. You gave me an opportunity to have a voice and to share what I was coming out with. And honestly, man, I want to thank you for that.
Yeah, no problem.
So
I know, because I was throwing events all the time. So
yeah, and it's the reason why I say that is because I want to encourage someone out there that maybe wants to start a podcast or wants to do something. Mm-hmm. You got to start from somewhere. I remember going to a damn park and some guy recorded me on his phone and it was windy as fuck, but I was still do the interview. I remember going onto people's lives and there was maybe only 4 to 5 people watching, but I still did it.
Yeah.
I still.
That's how I am. Like I tell even the DJs at the club, I'm like, shit. Even if there's a couple people, because I know when I perform, if there's 4 people on there, I'm gonna try to kill it for those 4 people.
For the 4 people.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. So I mean, I've done it with a group of people and then with 4 people. So you try to just make the best of any situation.
So what we do here is that with this podcast, remembering those days where I would literally. And when I say literally beg people, I will say, man, I'll just show up. I don't care how far it is. Well, I'm like 2 hours away. I know, but just the most I can give you is maybe 10 minutes. And I said, I'll take it. And then they would cancel on me the day of.
Yeah.
And I was just like struggling to get out there. So with this podcast, we try to give people that need that shine, need that light, to help them hopefully move another notch in their career.
You know what? This is like a proven karma thing. Because back then we met, right?
Yeah.
And it was kind of like you came to the show. Now now all of a sudden you bringing me over here to do the show. So it's
absolutely, man.
It's like it's just.
And I reached out to you.
Yeah, it's like a kind of give and receive type of thing. You never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're helping me right now. So
absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that I can because, like I said, you put me on. You made the whole flyer. You didn't have to, and you did. So I'm thankful for that. But other than that, now what can people expect from 2021 from Invincible? You said eventually you're gonna keep hitting them with singles, eventually an album.
Yeah.
What about shows? Any talks yet?
As far as the like COVID stuff, probably not right now. I might put one with Short. I might do something with Short. So I'm gonna hit him up and see what we could. I'm gonna go back old school, what I used to do. And now it's cool because, now we got the whole social media stuff, so now I can document a lot of the stuff that are the people I work with, you know what I mean, that people don't even know that I work with. So, yeah, what my plan is to release this record. I'm going to probably do another video on another record, work on an album. So now that people kind of know my voice, and then they can see my work. But, I mean, I have some work out there that you can definitely follow. I have a good amount of stuff. You find me on SoundCloud or YouTube.
Okay. Well, I know your Instagram's been popping up, so people can follow you there. Other than that, anything I didn't ask you, man?
Nah, I think that's it, man. I think we touched on a lot of stuff, and I'm just grateful, man. Just it's cool to meet you, man, and known you for this long, and I appreciate you supporting what I'm doing too.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. At this point, anything else you want to promote? If not, give your shout outs, bro.
Yeah. So just do me a favor, check out that Rain Dance. By me, Invincible, featuring Too Short and my boy Roman. I want to shout out Short, shout out Roman. Even the camera guy that's here right now videotaping me, Jamie, James Hill, my boy Mike Santana, Chaotic Styles. Man, I got like a whole book of people I can shout out. I just want to shout out everybody that just supports me, and if you're just coming on to learning who the heck I am, I appreciate you just for even tuning in.
Dope.
And hopefully you appreciate my music, even if you don't. I mean, I think my style, I have a little bit of something for everybody.
Okay. I want to shout out the girls at the strip club.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Angels Cabaret, all the girls there, my bartenders. So yeah, shout out to all the ladies in my video too. Cause
I'm gonna be there soon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna hit you up.
You have to come through. We're gonna pop a bottle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we throw some money, make it happen.
Hell yeah. I'll make sure to take all dollars. $20.
$20 shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, man. And if I don't see you, I'll text you happy birthday on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, definitely. So happy early birthday for you and shit.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to me.
I'm gonna
too.
pop that bottle open on Sunday.
All right,
give you a shout
Sunday.
out.
All right, that's cool. But we got to take a shot like before I roll.
Yeah. Most definitely. Okay, everybody. So make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Invincible's in the motherfucking house. We'll be back in 10 minutes because Brooklyn's in the motherfucking house. 10 minutes. Don't fuck around. Warm up your top ramen. Go get yourself a Modelo and come right back. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
how I see it. Tony A chilling at the Roadium with my homeboy Steve. Be on the lookout for our new 12-inch. The shit is dope. Yo, I like to say what's up to my homeboy Dre, my homeboy Prince of Jazz, and the girls with the big ol' ass. So Trip, I'm about to bust one more time to let y'all niggas know just what's on my mind.
In the morning, police at my door. Fresh as eat a squeak across my bathroom floor. Out my back window, I make my escape. Didn't even get a chance to grab my old school tape. Mad with no music, but happy 'cause free. And the street to a player is the place to be. Got a knot in my pocket weighing at least a grand.
Y'all heard, take it from the top.
Take that shit, new chop. Power move on.
If you mess with me.
Ice Cube getting dumb at the Roadium with the funky drum, and you know my man Steve can get some. With a fool like Tony A when he plays stupid dope shit by WA. You wanna spray? Dumb motherfuckers, no doubt. And sucker DJ, get the fuck out. Tony A.
What did you say your name? What did you say?
Tony A.
I have won 1 million battles.
Lights, cameras, action, sound. Give me that mic, I'm about to go down.
Thinking of a master plan.
This story's funny. I met this girl and she had money.
And we heard about this young kid from the Harbor area named Tony A. And he was a DJ, Holmes, and he was going in with the big stars, you know what I'm saying? And he was like one of us going in and infiltrating inside of all these MCs, you know what I'm saying?
A Roadium mixtape is just mixed of different types of music, no matter what genre it is. And like I said, it's like making your own musical movie.
When La Raza came out, man, I just, even the amount of sales of the single of La Raza that got moved out of the Roadium was crazy, bro. And that song just got played and was played in all the stands over there. And I was blessed to go back one time even to see it, and I want to say in 91 or 92.
Although they were not black, they were Oriental, Asian, whatever you want to call them, they were cool. And they embraced everybody, blacks, Latinos, whoever came to the swap meet to want to buy music, they were record people.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio episode 146. And hopefully I got that right. I think it is 146. Yeah, because I'm starting to smell weed in this room, and I hope I don't get a contact high. But without further ado, all the way from Brooklyn, Ms. Gattis.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
How you doing?
Hi, Tony. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for flying. Now, I know you flew over here, right?
Yes.
Are your arms tired?
No, they're actually not. I'm so used to flying.
That was a joke.
I know.
Now, let me ask you this, because since I smell weed in the air,
A veces ser bien mota, yo. Van a decir, of course, it's Gattis.
Miss Gattis. Is New York weed better than California weed?
Definitely not.
Really?
Yeah, not.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's just the climate that they grow it out there? Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I mean, honestly, the one that they're growing over there, it's not working out for me. But when they're flying the Cali one over there, like, it's a little more expensive, but if we want to get some good stuff, you know you're going to get that Cali.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
but like que crecen allá, like, I don't know, les hace falta práctica.
Práctica.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, today's Wednesday. First of all, I'm glad that you're here. I know your boy had hit me up. We had set up this interview, and I was excited because, you know what? We had been following each other on Instagram for maybe a year or two, and I know it was weird because I kept following you because I had like 4 pages deleted. Mm-hmm. Instagram just deleted my ass.
No wonder. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
So this one that I have now is the longest that I've ever had.
Okay.
I would reach maybe like 5,000 followers. I would wake up and you've been logged out.
And you made me feel bad because I was like, I thought I followed him. What's going on? Did I unfollow him? Because our phones be acting weird sometimes. Honestly, there's glitches sometimes.
Yes.
So like accidentally I've unfollowed people, so I felt bad. I'm like, oh my god, pensar que soy mamona, que pedo, like So like I followed you again because I was like, I felt bad. But now that you're telling me, I feel so much better.
No, but yes, no, that was Instagram's fault. So, but you're here in Cali now. When did you get here?
I got here on last Thursday.
Okay, I know you did an interview with, I think, Chicano TV?
Chicano Style TV, yeah.
Chicano
Shout out
TV.
to him, yeah.
Yeah, matter of fact, I was just talking to him about an hour ago. Yeah, eventually, I want to have him on here.
Yeah, I just met him for the first time. I had an awesome time. And the interview came out so improvised. It was crazy because it was so last minute. Well, it wasn't last minute. It was planned out, but I had a studio session that night with Javi Lopez. So acabé bien tarde. So I felt bad. I'm like, where am I going to meet him? We're like in the middle of nowhere. So we met at a McDonald's parking lot. And I was like, hey, you think you can make it happen? He's like, it's going to be a lot of wind. He's like, but you know what? We can make it happen. Llegaron los lowriders because I was going to do a video shoot that night.
Yeah.
Llegaron los lowriders. We created the set chingón with the lowriders in the background. Like, it was like meant to be. So I'm like,
no shit.
Quedó mejor que lo que pensábamos. Yeah.
That's dope.
So I'm excited for that one, yeah.
Did you guys eat Big Macs at all during the interview or nothing?
No, I didn't, no.
But you will have the munchies today.
Later, más ratito.
Later. I'm going to send you guys to my boy's restaurant because I know he wants to go eat after.
Oof.
So,
I'm excited.
But now, okay, so you've been here since Thursday. How long are you going to be here?
I'm here till Tuesday.
Okay.
A few days, yeah.
And how do you like Cali compared to living in Brooklyn?
I love Cali. Honestly, I feel like I used to love it before more when I was younger. Mm-hmm. But now that I'm older, I'm just like, damn, I wouldn't leave New York. I'm a city girl. Like, I love everything around the corner for me.
Really?
From pizza to Chinese food to the train station, everything's right. I don't really even need my car. I have my car de lujo, la verdad. But shit. I love New York. Cali, I love the weather. Of course, who doesn't? But as far as getting everywhere, it's kind of annoying having to, or having to walk my dog. I wouldn't really feel safe. Las cuadrotas que tienen,
Yeah, people can get killed walking their doggies out here.
Yeah, of course, yeah. In New York, nope. You go around the block and at least my neighborhood, I'm always safe,
Mm-hmm. Now, where originally are you from? Are you originally from Brooklyn?
Yes, I was born in New York, yeah. New York City, raised in Brooklyn.
Okay. And your parents raised there too?
No, my parents son de Puebla, Mexico.
Okay.
They immigrated to New York.
Okay.
When they were young, they were like 17, 18. They did their thing, fell in love. They had me. So I was born in New York City. They moved to Brooklyn, and I've been there ever since. But I've always traveled to Mexico since I was little. So I even went to school in Mexico. So like I learned a lot.
I wonder, did you ever ask them what made them want to go to New York?
I did, and it's just they said that they came to California, but they said that I guess they weren't feeling the vibes. So they had family in New York, and they told them the opportunities that were there. California was a little more, how do I explain it? You guys are already más avanzados en it was generations.
Oh, yeah.
So jobs here wasn't as easy as in New York. New York was a little more rough because apenas llegó allá the first generation of Mexicans that immigrated. So they were making a lot of money working for Italians. My uncle and my dad work for Italian restaurants over there, making good money for, of course, who was going to the Italian restaurants.
Nobody was harder than a Mexican.
Yeah, exactly. And they would make their money. They loved it. They put their taco truck in the middle of the city. They started from, zero.
Right.
Y poco a poco fueron subiendo, and they created what they have now.
Okay. I'm going to share something with you, and then I'm going to ask you a question. The last time I went to New York, I think it was about a year and a half, I was sharing with you, and I went to go stay with my friend that lives in Harlem. Mm-hmm. He stays, I believe, on the 6th floor, no elevator. So if you got a refrigerator or a couch or a bed, you got to carry that motherfucker all the way up.
Yeah.
So in the morning, we walked down, and I walk out, and I saw a big-ass Mexican flag right across the street, and it was a carniceria. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then, after that, we went to South Philly, and then I saw a big-ass Mexican flag, tacos de barbacoa. And I walked in there, so Mexicans can do tacos. Now, my whole point is this, that, and by the way, the best pozole I've ever had was in New Jersey.
Okay.
Okay. So my point is, And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to confirm this. Is there a lot of Chicanos? Is there a lot of Mexicans out in New York?
A lot, yes, a lot of Mexicans. It's just that it's not known. I don't know why. It's weird to a lot of people. They ask me, and I'm like, there's a gang of us, like everywhere, from Coney Island to Sunset Park to New Jersey, Long Island, all the boroughs of New York. You know, we have a lot of. You know, it's just that I guess we're estamos escondidos or something.
Right. Yeah, because that's one thing I noticed, and I noticed at least the places that I went to, the Mexican businesses there, they had their Mexican flag like out there, and I was like, oh shit! And at first I thought I was confusing it with the Italian, but no, they don't have an eagle. So I was like, okay, no, that's got to be ours. So
yeah, my parents were actually some of the first ones who set up a Mexican shop around Coney Island, like a block away from the beach. You know, so they started off with their little restaurant there. After the taco truck, they made enough money to create a restaurant. And from there, that's where they started. So that's where you start seeing the Mexican business rise. Now, if you go to New York, there's like a lot, you know. But we were one of the first ones that was like 30 years ago.
Wow. Now, I know you guys have a business out there, the fruta and everything. Like, what do you guys sell there?
Well, I have a big family, so it's like a tree. Like my dad has one set of businesses, my uncle has another set, my other aunt has another set. So we have the nieves, which is what I really love to do, which is nieves chamoyadas. You guys have a lot of that here in California. We don't in New York. In New York, it's different. It was something new.
Right.
So my aunt, she already knew how to do nieves. I was actually young when she would make us go sell nieves and knock on people's doors. You know, I was a little girl playing around, but we were actually working for her.
Yeah.
You know, so slowly she progressed. Now she has like over 30 flavors of nieves. So her business, you know, it's booming. Thankfully, she's doing her thing. Then I have my dad who has taqueria / deli, Mexican deli and panaderia. You know, so I was raised there more. I was raised cashiering like my whole life. Okay. You know, so I worked from the bottom with my parents, even helping my mom cook sometimes. You know, so I was raised in that business. Then I have another uncle that hizo una tortilleria in Boston. So it's like they each did their little family, how do you say, empire, I guess, kind of. Right. Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Boston because my grandbabies, 2 grandbabies, they're twins. Their father's from Boston, and they just flew in like two days ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're from Boston. It's funny because there's a city out there in Boston called Wilmington, and then this is the city of Wilmington, and my daughter met him. So when he told her, I'm from Wilmington, she said, I'm from Wilmington. They thought they were both talking about the same place. Yeah, but no.
Signs.
Yeah. But now, let me ask you this. Growing up in a Mexican home, what type of music as a little girl would you say you were raised with?
Everything from Los Ángeles Azules to Gloria Trevi to Cabá, OV7. I listened to everything when I was young. Pop, mariachi, cumbia. Nunca tenía un favorito.
Oh,
you know, I was always about all the genres. And I didn't meet hip hop till I was 12 years old, which was when I met Jay-Z through PIMP. That was like the first that I could remember, the first hip hop song I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
That was my next question.
Because my parents were like raising me in like, you know, that kind of household. I wouldn't listen to curse or like hip hop's kind of things. Right. It's more pop and all that. Until one of my cousins, of course, was a teenager already, was starting to play that kind of music.
Right.
And it was actually in Mexico because he was from Boston. He was being raised in Boston. I'm from New York. So we met up that summer on vacation and he played that music, which is crazy because Jay-Z is from New York. So I wasn't even listening to Jay-Z.
Right.
He was already. You know, so that's when I met hip hop.
Wow, that's when you met hip hop.
Yeah.
Changed your life. Okay, so now what was it about rap that you clung or you gravitated to it over, you know, cumbias and over, you know, maybe boleros or whatever? What was it about it that was so different, you know, for
I guess
you?
the beat to it was like, nah, 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 nah. Like I could really I feel like I could say it, you know. I didn't feel like I was a good singer when I was younger. Right. Even though I wanted to be a singer, like I thought like I could never sing like Gloria Trevi or like Selena, you know.
Right,
and when hip hop, it was like I could do that kind of stuff, like, you know, go with the beat and say words. I was already writing poetry when I was little. So desde que tenía 10 años ya tenía una libreta llena de poemas. So it's like I just would hear a beat and then I could go along with whatever words I had already written.
Right, right.
You know, so
I mean, even though poetry, you know, people will say it is like rapping. I say it's a form of rapping, if you will. But I would say if I've had 145 interviews, I would say maybe about 120 of them have all said I wrote poetry. Like
Really?
yes, and that's one. Now, I'm not a rapper, so that's why it could kind of like fascinates me that I'm like, really, poetry, like that's wild. Like
I was so good in writing class. That was like, I would fail math, science, and all those like hard kind of. But if it was writing English, I was passing that with an A+ all the time, you know. And if it was drama acting, I was passing that. So it was like that was just lo que me llamaba a mí.
Sí.
You know, so I was good at that. Hasta me decía los maestros, like, you're so good at storytelling. You can make up a whole novel, you know?
Right, right.
So I was already really good at that. And just poetry just came to me when I would be sad or happy, whatever I would write about.
Okay. Well, storytelling. You ever thought about writing a book or anything?
I have, actually.
You have?
I kind of want to do a documentary, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Of my family, because my family has so much drama. Like any Mexican family.
Mejor una novela?
Maybe, yeah, that's what I would do, actually.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so now, before we start getting a little bit more into your rapping, have you ever done any acting or anything like that?
For school,
Okay.
it was one of my top classes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I graduated in film and broadcasting, so I had to be into acting classes,
Okay.
just to be comfortable in front of the cameras.
Mhm.
But I think I was pretty good. I would pass, so.
So now, you said this earlier. I was never good in math and science or whatever. But you know what's funny? When it comes to music, a lot of people don't realize, especially, you know, if you're on a drum machine, if you're on a computer or whatever, or even rapping, music is math because we have to know what bars are.
That's true. That's true.
We have to know one bar is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4. We got to know all of those things. That I fucking hated math with a fucking passion. I knew I was gonna fail, so I just ditched. You know what I'm saying? Ditching parties or whatever. But when it came to like history, I was always there because I was always intrigued by history. Eso es lo que me llamaba la atención. You know.
Yeah, history is actually very interesting. I love history.
Yeah.
I love to know, especially about Mexican history. And that's what I love about California, that you guys have that history more at heart. Like you guys are more informative about it. In New York, you don't hear about Chicano history. And I know you guys have that in here for school, right? Chicano class or something?
Yeah.
We don't have that over there. Like, I wish we did. Like, I hope one day I could make a difference and put that in the school. Because I think that's what we're missing. We're missing, like, people to know our culture, honestly. Because not a lot of people know what Chicana means.
Right.
You know, I have younger cousins that will be like, what's Chicana? And I have to explain it to them. And that's sad to me because I'm like, wow, like, they don't even know what Chicana means, you know, like,
right.
And that's where I take my music at. Like, that's why when I rap, I kind of like talk about that because I would like people to rep it more out there.
Absolutely. My daughter, I don't know if she's here or not, but she's taking a Chicana class. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And in college, and it's funny because, she wants to be a school teacher. But she said, I want to learn about the culture. Okay. Yeah. And it's funny because she's telling me all of these things and she goes, Dad, I don't know why you just never taught me in Spanish. And I was like, don't even start. Don't even start. Because I would try to talk to them in Spanish and they would laugh at me as kids. Mm-hmm. You know, they were like, Dad, I want one of those. Tienes que decir quiero gomas. Because I had some little gumdrops right there. Quiero gomas. And like, that's all she would say. And I would say, you got to say this, you got to say that. But after a while, they just laughed. Now, she's like, I just got to learn it. I love it. I love talking about it. I love this. I love that. So you got to love who you are, your culture.
Your daughter is gonna be a teacher?
Yes.
Wow, I hope she could do something about what I'm saying. If she could make something happen in New York to get that class in, Chicano class, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, if she's here, I'll introduce you to her.
Awesome.
So I think she's here, but I know my son is here. But now, around what age would you say you began to start to actually write raps, besides poetry?
When I was 16.
16 years old.
Yeah.
And did somebody motivate you? Was somebody else doing it with you, or tú solita?
I was on MySpace. It was MySpace days, you know. So
why does MySpace sound so old? You know?
Right? Oh my gosh! But yeah, so it was MySpace days. And I remember hearing one of my friends told me to listen to Divina.
Oh yeah.
And I don't want to mess up, but I think the name of the song was Trust No One or Trust Something. I forgot, but it was like this legendary song to me, and I was like, wow, like, and she was like rapping, singing in Spanish, Spanglish.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God, I love it. He's like, oh, listen to these. And then MB Riders came up, and then and that's when I started, Miss Sancha came up, and I was like, whoa, like, that was like a whole different thing for me, you know?
Right.
So that's when I got into that, and I started feeling like, wow, like I could do something like this. Like, this is me, you know?
That's dope. Now, would you say the ones you mentioned are the ones that possibly inspired you?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, because that's how I started. MB Riders, Davina, Miss Sancha, Dolly Girl. Who else? Those are the people that could come to my mind right now, but they were really, even Flackies. Oh, I saw Flackies on Don Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was interesting for me because I was like, you would not have never thought of Chicana on Don Francisco. It was like, he always had like Latin rappers, pop artists, you know? So it was like to see Flackies there, I was like, who is this girl? Like, she's Chicana, like, what the hell, you know? So, and then ya andaba yo por ahí con MySpace, so that's when I started like, okay, so this is real, like, this is something new for New York, or for me at least.
Right.
So that's when I started getting more into it.
Now, as you're starting to get into it, what is your family thinking? Are they thinking like, okay?
They don't know about it. They're not, I remember going to Radio Shack, and I told my dad, buy me this microphone. He was like, okay. Like, didn't even ask me question, nothing. I was with my little sister. She's like 5 years younger than me. And she was already listening to the same thing I was. You know, she was obviously my little sister following my steps.
Right.
So I was like, look, let's do this. And we wrote a song together that night. We bought the microphone, we bought it, we rapped it that night.
No shit.
I put it up on MySpace, and the next thing I know, I had like a lot of listens.
Wow.
Randomly.
Wow.
And then I got hit up by someone from Long Beach. It was this girl called Morenita. And she wanted to do the Nin Like a Cholo version in a girl. So we did that, and then that's how it just started. Like, I started meeting people all of a sudden, and I was like, whoa, like, from the West Coast.
Right.
Sending me messages, let's do a feat, let's do this, let's do that. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to have fun. Hell yeah, you know? And, yeah, that's how it started.
Now, let me ask you this. Obviously, you're a fan of Chicano rap, okay? Do you ever, growing up, I know you mentioned Jay-Z, are you also a fan of East Coast music, rap?
I am. I'm not good at learning, like, most of the song, like, names, honestly.
Okay.
Like, if I hear them and I'm into it, like, you know, I'll jam to it. Like, Biggie, of course, you know, Jay-Z, familiar stuff. But no me metía mucho al underground rap, honestly, yeah. Okay,
so is it fair enough to say that you enjoyed more West Coast rap?
Maybe because I would listen to it more on TV and all that.
Okay.
I guess because it was more like mainstream kind of style.
Right. So who are some of your, if you don't want to name albums, some of your favorite rappers of all time? It doesn't matter if it's Chicano or it doesn't even matter if it's...
Of all time. Biggie, definitely.
Okay.
I love his flow. Another rapper, I'm into like Gasu. I know maybe it's something different for a lot of people, but I love Gasu, that kind of rap. Who else can I? Jay-Z, of course. Like I said, I met hip hop through him, so that kind of brought me there, you know. And then from there, I would just go back to Chicano rap and be writers, that kind of like love music.
Were you a fan, or can you name some Chicano rappers possibly that you haven't named, like for an example, that are from out here that you were into, that you listened to out there in New York?
No, honestly, I can't think of one right now.
Okay. All good. So now, when, at what point would you say you actually start looking for a producer to, like, you know what, I want to get a little bit more serious about it, and I want to start making my own beats, or not necessarily, but doing beats for me and recording?
Well, honestly, I was blessed to when I started, like I said, I just started by going along with it, you know, feats, and people would send me messages. I was getting love from every state, you know, so I felt good. I was like, wow, that's awesome. You know, I never really thought of it like beyond.
Right.
And I was blessed that I got contacted by my boy Eric Snipes from Hood Space Music, and he was telling me how he was starting this label with a couple of artists. You know, he was like, you know, you should come, blah, blah. But I'm 17 at the time, so I'm hesitant. I was just like, just kind of weird, like, you know, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know, like, so it took me like a year until I was like 18, almost 19, cuando me armé de valor, and he kept telling me, and I was like, okay, you know, if I'm gonna go, you know, like, let's just see what happens. And then he introduced me to the studios, introduced me to people that I was like, whoa, like this is fucking real. Like that just, it hit me, you know?
Right.
So I was honestly blessed. I didn't have to really reach out to anybody. Like I feel like I was like a diamond just found, you know, a diamond in the rough, just like, whoa, let me pick that up, you know?
So now you walk into the studio, they play the beat, throw on the headphones, and you start rapping. For a lot of rappers, when they first start their first studio session, and we're talking about they're young, they can freestyle their ass off and they can read their lyrics off the paper to me, but when it's time to rap on beat, they found it, a lot of the artists that I work with, because it was the first time in the studio, they found it hard to stay on beat. Was that a problem for you when you first started?
You know what, honestly, yeah, it was because they were introducing me to a whole different like beats, you know. I was just like, I didn't really know, but thankfully there was this another artist with Hispanic who was Necio, who coached me through it, you know.
That's a good thing, yeah.
He was mad cool, you know, because, and I appreciate him because he was the one that taught me, like, okay, you got these, like, this is how you do it, just like, listen to the beat. Like, he would taught me what you were telling me, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and, you know, and I was just like, I didn't know those little things, you know, like, I was just rapping, you know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely got coached through it. Until now, I feel like I'm still being coached, you know, like, I'm still learning.
That's a good thing, and that's a good attitude, because me and my boy out here, Anthony, we I announced on my last episode that I'm going to start producing again. I haven't produced anything since like early 2000s, okay? I produced pretty much the majority of my stuff late 80s throughout the 90s. And we were talking that we want to work only with people that are coachable, because there's a lot of people that are just fucking hard-headed, you know? I've been doing this for a long. Cálmate, cabrón, no eres veterano. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you should still be learning. If you know it all, you can never learn anything else ever again.
Of course, yeah.
You know, so I like to work with people that are going to be coachable. If I feel that you're a little bit off beat, I tell you what, let's get back in there. Let's knock this out. Let's get it right. And because ultimately, I remember I did a mixtape, okay, and I was mixing a song into another song, and my manager at the time, I was maybe like 19. My manager's recording me. And I said, I'm good, I'm done, bro. And he says, hey man, that shit was off beat. That's what he told me. And I was like, so what? Nobody's gonna know. It was the last song on the tape anyway. I don't give a fuck. And he said, no, do it again, man. Because instead of just going this song going into this song smooth, you hear tra 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 tra. It was off beat.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just said, just turn up the bass a little bit. Nobody could tell. Now, that tape became one of my best-selling mixtapes, okay? But because that was one of my best-selling mixtapes, it hurt me that off-beat mix was on there. Because everybody that would come up to me and say, hey, man, I bought your tape. That shit was bad. But at the end, I noticed that it was kind of off-beat. That's not really you. And I was like... So I say that to say this, that there's times that a lot of rappers may not necessarily be on beat or gave their best flow. Mm-hmm. Get back in there and give the people their money's worth.
Of course, yeah.
You know, so like now, do you have your set producers that you work with that you feel comfortable, maybe you have chemistry with, or do you accept beats from, you know?
No, honestly, I accept anybody who comes forward with anything that they could, you know, give me that could make magic on. Uh-huh. You know, I'm not... Like I said before, like maybe it's just me, but I'm like horrible with that kind of stuff. Like, oh, like this producer this producer that. Now, like I feel like no, like everybody has their worth, you know. Like even if they're not known, like whoever they are, if they could bring something to the table for me, I'm all for it, you know. Mm-hmm.
Out there in New York, and I ask because I don't know, and that's your part of the world, mm-hmm. and I'm glad you're here sharing it with us. Is there a lot more Chicanas out there like you that are rapping?
No, honestly, I'm the first one. I'm the first Chicano rapper that I know about, you know, and proudly I take that name because I haven't heard of anyone, but I do look forward to eventually developing, you know, more Chicano rappers, because I know Cali has a whole bunch, you know. Yeah. That's what's up. Like, I'm proud of Cali, you know, and I think there's a few in other, like Washington and Texas, but New York, no.
Wow.
I feel like eso es lo que nos hace falta, you know. And I know there's like I have fans like de 12, 13 años that have sent me videos rapping to my videos. Like, you know, covers. And they'll be like, Gattis, like, I'm so shy. But look, they're 12 years old. I'm like, wow, like, these little girls have talent, you know, and they got balls because they're sending me those videos.
Yes.
You know, I don't put it up because, you know, at the end, it's for me, it's personal. But but that just shows me, like, wow, there's girls like me that have a dream of being something, you know?
Yeah.
And if I could develop that in the future, I would definitely love to.
Awesome. Awesome. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We're going to come right back, and I'm going to start drinking.
Yes.
I'm gonna. Should I bring out the shots or?
Yes, vamos a sacar la bucana. You already know.
Hell yeah. Okay, everybody. Once again, we're gonna start drinking. So make sure you guys go warm up that old food from yesterday, and get a couple of modelos, and we'll be right back in about 10 minutes. Don't fuck around, okay?
You got it locked down.
You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
Roadium Radio.
You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
A Roadium mixtape to me was something that was made just for the Roadium. You wouldn't hear it anywhere else. And they would do raps on those tapes that were nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? And they were truly the first mixtapes that we ever heard, you know? And they would shout the Roadium out, and you could kind of tell it was like someone's garage, maybe. The little echo, you know what I mean? It wasn't completely perfect and polished yet, but that was the beauty of it, that it was so raw that we could feel that shit. And I would just play them shits and draw. That was my inspiration, my motivation to draw. So I always had to have some type of music, you know? If it wasn't the Dynamic Superiors or the Temprees or some funk playing, it was, you know, second to none. It was quick. It was the Penthouse Players, you know, High C. And Tony G was at that time was like a god too. You know what I'm saying? He was out there DJing Latin freestyle parties, and all the girls had their hairspray like a lion and shit, and hickeys on their neck, and man, pushing strollers, and we'd be like, ooh, look at, you know, these parties at La Casa and shit, you know what I'm saying, in downtown, and mini trucks and beds were folded in the air like transformers and shit in the boulevard, coming up and changing and flipping, and subwoofers beating before the person even hit the corner. You get goosebumps, like, damn. And Elko would bend the corner on Dayton's, and you were like, ooh, that fool's strapped right there. That fool gotta be strapped. Motherfucker had candy ribbons, little Willie ribbons from Compton on the side of his shit. Jerry curl dripping all over his shit. Bent over to the side, bumping that fucking Roadium shit. And he had a tape that only came from right there. And if you didn't know about that place, or you didn't live in that area, you didn't have that shit. So that's kind of one up that the Harbor area had on a lot of other people. Compton was next door, but that Harbor area was ended in Gardena. You know what I'm saying? So, man, those were great times, man.
A Roadium mixtape It's like a kilo of cocaine. It's like a kilo of amigo powder. You get that shit, you cut that motherfucker open and you put it in your motherfucking CD player and you start listening and you be like, that's dope, shit, this is dope. How you do that? But really, a Roadium mixtape, bro, if you haven't experienced it and you was in hip hop back then, I don't know what the hell you was doing. You done fucked up. A Roadium mixtape is like, it's a kilo of cocaine. Music wise, I'm saying, motherfucker.
Man, that's a little tough, but I'll tell you what, it was the best thing ever for me, man. It was just kind of like something you never heard about. And especially West Coast was not getting that shine at the time, you know? So you would go to this place and they would make a custom tape, like, you know? And not knowing what it was just the sound that came out of those tapes that, if I'm correct, you'd have to like, I would be feeling for those things if it was monthly, if not sometimes bi-monthly, but a tape, it was just a mixture of the latest songs all mixed together. But the intro had like this crazy mix that I at the time I believed that it was like 4 turntables at the same time. But I was like, how the hell are they doing this? Like, was it Superman behind the turntables or something like that? But a mixtape was a real mixtape. It was actually a cassette too, you know, just for the record.
And welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 146. And this is the podcast that slaps you across your fat ass with a fat ass dick. And we're going to go ahead and jump butt naked right back into it with Ms. Gattis. I had to practice that before we went live. You know what we did? I brought this out. Well, actually, you guys brought it.
Yes.
You guys brought it, so
everybody knows. Well, in New York, everybody knows Gattis always have the Buchanans, so it's like I had to.
So is it Buchanans or Bucanas?
Bueno, Bucanas.
we just gotta flip everything. You know, it's kind of like like what's a word that we changed that doesn't exist? Like parquear. Tú vas a parquear el carro.
Yeah, parquear. You're right.
Yeah. What's another one? Can you think of one? While I pour.
Otra. I can't think of one.
Marqueta, is that one? Because I don't know, people say supermercado.
True, marqueta. Well, but don't they call it that in Mexico, marquetas?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure. But, you know, both of my parents are from Mexico, but they're from Torreon, Coahuila, out there. Okay. I visited out there when I was a kid, but I think I might have only gone out there maybe like 3 times. You know, really? And I wish I would have gone more because I really did love it out there, you know, but I didn't.
So wait till now, you've only been there 3 times in your life?
Just 3 times in my life. My next trip is going to be to Mexico City because I want to see the pyramids. And then my bucket list trip, and I could have gone like years ago, but I always avoid long ass fucking flights. I want to go to Egypt and see those pyramids.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. I want to go somewhere so fucking far that I'll probably never go back.
Egypt is amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it looks amazing. I want to go there too.
Yes. You know what somebody told me, and I don't know if this is true, and I hope I'm wrong, porque se me quitaron las ganas. They said, yeah, right by the pyramids, about 100 yards, there's a Burger King.
What?
What the fuck? I was like, you mean I can have it my way? You know, like shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So let's take a shot.
Okay.
Live on Roadium Radio. You can sip on it. You don't have to drink it all.
Bueno, okay.
So, to a long and prosperous life.
Yes. Gracias.
Y no comí, and I know that's what fucked me up.
Yo tampoco. So I'm gonna blame you, Tony.
Shit. Okay. So now, you're a fan. Ay, wait. That motherfucker's still burning.
¿Te lo acabaste?
No, pero.
Okay.
But I'm almost fucking there. God damn, that motherfucker's still burning. I usually drink, like, I'm a tequila guy. Every once in a while when I drink whiskey, I always wake up with a fucking headache right here. I only get hungover when I drink whiskey.
Really?
Yes. But not hungover like when you want to fucking throw your guts out. You know, it's more like, hey, wait, I'm just going to fucking lay in bed all day today, you know, type of shit. But.
Do you love wine? Or no?
I'm going to be like Bela Lugosi and say I don't drink wine. Bela Lugosi was the Dracula. Black and white movies. Y un día le preguntaron en una película, do you drink wine? I don't drink wine. You know, because he's Dracula. But no, I don't drink wine.
You don't drink wine?
You know why? Because at times when I've had it, it was real bitter. So I don't know what's...
you have to, see, you gotta go out with me to a dinner.
Okay.
I'll show you the different type of wines. Because with whatever you eat, you have to drink a different type of wine. And that's what, like, that combines adequately. So cuando te lo tomas, it's like... perfect.
No
You
shit.
gotta know the wine you're drinking.
Okay, okay.
Now I know. Like next time I come, vamos a ir a cenar.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
real.
Or whenever I fly out there, meet you
Oh,
guys.
definitely. We
Yeah.
went to an Italian restaurant.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Best
I,
ones over
I love
there.
it. I love Italian food. Now, let me ask you this: being from New York, what is like I guess, the oddest or the most different type of food you've ever had? I'll go first. Out here, I tried Ethiopian food.
Mm-hmm. Over there, there's a lot of gyros, like Arab food.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That to me is kind of weird. I haven't had one actually todavía. But yeah, I mean, because over there, like what I eat, I love Chinese food in New York.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
go to
yeah,
New
yeah.
York, you have to eat Chinese
food.
But you have to have it from a good spot.
Yeah, you can.
Chinese food and pizza in New York is like the best thing you'll have.
Yeah, yeah. Because I remember out there, the slices were like huge. I was like, what the fuck is this? Aquí, Domino's, But
Domino's.
do they have Domino's over there?
Yeah, we do. But like unless it's like a munchy night and 2 a.m. you want to order some pizza, the only place you could get is from Domino's. But if you're from New York, you're getting it from your local pizzeria.
Okay.
And we have good pizzas out there.
Out here, I had some Ethiopian food. And you know what it looked like? It looked like mole. That's exactly what it looked like. But it was just darker. It was just darker. And for their tortillas, they would call them bread. But you know what it looked like? Like a pancake, a real thin pancake. En una bolsa. And then I would like grab it, tear it up, and they were like, eat. And I was like,
like, okay.
yeah, but you know what? It tasted a lot like fucking mole. It tripped me out. So I kind of
Got
enjoyed
the gist of it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, let me ask you this, because that shit buzzed me real fast.
Now, aguantas, Tony.
You brought it. Now I'm going to have to drink another one.
Oh, see? That's how you know.
Okay. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay. And plus, my birthday's coming up. So.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
My birthday just passed.
Yes.
So we're celebrating in between birthdays.
Yes. The 19th.
Yes.
The 19th, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then Invincible's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday. So Pisces and Aries.
Pisces and Aries. That's right.
Okay, so now let's get back to the music because I'm starting to forget my questions.
Dámelas, a ver.
Okay. Now, when you came out here, because I saw you in a couple of videos, that you posted, and you were, you gave me a shout out. We're gonna be on Roadium Radio, blah blah blah. Did you actually film a video that day?
Yeah, we did a music video.
Okay.
We did a song, and then we shot that video that same night. It was like it came together with the interview. Remember, I was thinking about that interview.
Yeah.
And then they invited us, and it was like it happened.
So it just happened.
It just happened.
So you didn't fly over here planned.
Well, let me correct. I did come with Eric Snipes from Hood Space Music because when we worked together, we worked magic, So we were like, let's make something happen. So I came out here, and that day he was like, we have a studio session with Javi Lopez. So I'm like, okay, cool. It was my first time meeting him. Yeah. So we made some nice tracks, and then from there the song just went with the tema about the lowriders, and we were about to go see lowriders. It was like, hell yeah, let's do it,
So the song you got to the video for was from Javi?
Yeah.
Javi Lopez. Let me give a shout out to him. He brought one of his artists here, Dalia Coronado. I don't know if you mentioned her. Yeah, he brought her here. Very, very.
I haven't met her, but I saw her music. She's dope.
Yeah, very, very dope, and good producer. So I'm glad you hooked up with him.
Yeah, amazing.
Have you hooked up with any other producers out here?
I just met yesterday, actually, Fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, I met him for the first time, and wow, like what we created was like, wow, like now I see why they call him Fingers. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know. I honestly never thought about why did they call him Fingers until someone's like, oh, that's why they call him Fingers. I was like, oh shit, like yeah, it was amazing. I met him, so that was good vibes. We made 2 songs with him, so
really,
yeah.
Okay.
Lit. Yeah.
Now, is all this stuff that you're putting together, is it for you? Are these going to be singles, or is this going to be eventually an EP, an album?
Well, these are for an album. We're thinking about it right now, but I think most likely for an album.
Okay.
So before that album though, I have an EP myself coming out, which I did myself, in New York. So that EP is gonna come out before, but yeah.
Okay. Now, before we get to that EP, let me ask you, how did you come up with the name Miss Gattis?
You know, it's a silly story because it comes from, I don't know if you, because you were never, you said you never really went to Mexico, but.
I went like 3 times, but
I doubt you ever went to like una papelería, right?
yes.
¿O sí fuiste?
Sí.
Okay. Bueno, tenían unos cuadernos, unas libretas.
Sí.
And they had different designs. And there was one design of like little ositas. It was like bonis, osis, mechis, gattis. It was like 5 different characters.
Right.
Which was bonis is like the bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
Osis was the osa, you know, and gattis was a kitty cat, you know, like that.
Yes.
So I brought libretas from my friends from over there, and I was like, "Oh, you each get one," and we each named each other after that notebook.
Oh, no shit.
You know, so I love that book. I started writing my poetry on that book, and I was like, "What do I call myself?" And then I like they already called me Gattis in school, so I'm like, "Okay, so let me just put that same name." And I was already listening to Miss Sancha, Miss Crazy, like all these misses from California. So I'm like, "Ah, it was Miss Gattis." It just made sense to me,
Well,
you know.
Gattis. For those that may not know, Gattis is from gato.
Yeah, from gata, cat, you know, that's
Okay.
what it is. But it just made it sound cute, Gattis, you know?
No, that's
so and then
kind of like plaquis.
all of a sudden I saw another notebook because she had a collection. You would go to the papeleria and they had different like collections of it. And there was one where she had a microphone on it. And I was just like,
Oh, no shit.
That was just like, what the, you know, like that was, I felt like it wasn't meant to be. So I left it at that. Like a few years later, I kind of thought about switching my name. And I asked the people that support me, and they were like, "No, leave it. Like that's just you."
Right.
I feel like no, maybe por eso la gente no me hace caso. It's kind of like too, you know, muy cursi, you know.
What were some of those names that you were possibly thinking about? Miss Brooklyn, you know.
See, I didn't even think of names, but I was thinking about maybe going with my real name at some point. But I was just like, I don't know. It kind of sounded weird to me.
Oh, okay. Do you care to give your real name?
No, I don't. It's Ileana.
Okay. See, I think that would have worked too.
Yeah.
But Ms. Gattis does sound more like it would look better on video. It would look better on album. You know what I'm saying?
Like yeah, exactly. So that's why. And then I asked everybody. They voted on my Instagram. You should do it. And that's when I decided to baptize myself and I tattooed myself Miss Gattis and my Chicana. So I was like, okay, I'm sticking to it. That's it.
That's dope. That's dope. So now let's talk a little bit about this EP. When was it finished? When is it going to be released? Who produced it?
My EP, well, it's basically finished.
Okay.
My team from Puebla, from Monterrey, produced it.
Really?
So I've been working from people from Monterrey, from Mexico, you know. So they mostly produced that one. And it's like 6 tracks, and I have a few feats on it. So it's just, that's what I'm going to drop right now.
Do you care to give who's your featuring?
No, I might, Chiquis Ra, I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard of him, but some of my recent videos have had Chiquis Ra, El Pinche Mara. I've had, I got one with Regus from La Santa Grifa, which is from Rap Mexicano. So those are my feats that are coming on that EP for now.
No, I'm glad you're mentioning them because you're educating people that may not have heard of them, and they'll go look them up. Like many times, like some guys was like, well, I don't want to name them because they won't know them. And I'm like, you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Go out there, and then the next day people will say, hey, man, that guy that he mentioned or whatever, like, he's fucking dope. Now, let me ask you this, because obviously you've been in contact with them, and for the people that may not know, is rap really big in Mexico?
Yes, definitely. Rap Mexicano started hitting. Honestly, that's what got me back into music, because I did stop making music for at least 3 years because I was concentrated in school and just, personal things. And then I started listening to music, to this rap that came up. Actually, I started with the ices business. I was selling ices outside of my store. And this kid comes up to us and he's like, hey guys, what's up, acquainted with us. He's like, yeah, have you heard this song? And he showed it to us and we were like, what is that? Like, it was just some weird rap, like, Mexican. Ni lo entendí, la verdad, ni lo entendí, because el accent was like different. So we rewind that shit,
Right.
And I would listen, and then I started listening more of it, and it was like these artists from Mexico, and it was Chiquis Ra. He had this accent from Monterrey. I don't know if you met someone from Monterrey, but they have a heavy accent.
No.
So when I heard his music, I was like, damn, like, that's fucking fire. And he was young. He's young, And that's when I started listening to more of that rap, and that's when I started seeing, like, the difference, like, wow, like, I know how to rap all in Spanish. Like, I could do that, too.
Okay.
So I feel like como que Miss Gattis volvió a despertar. Like, okay, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to do this,
Did you feel, other than going to school, which you were saying, did you ever stop because maybe you just got kind of like tired of the rap game? Did that ever happen to you?
I feel like maybe not tired of the rap game. I kind of got tired of the criticism a little bit. Like, I was like, no, like, I felt the support definitely, but I also felt the hate, you know? And I was like, and I was in school and all that. So sometimes I would be like, down, like, I don't need this shit. Like, I don't need to be like listening to or reading these kind of comments if I know who I am, you know?
You know, and I want to touch on that because, I mean, I know a lot of times a lot of people, como se dice, they concentrate on the negative instead of the positive. You said that the positive was good, okay? Mm-hmm. People support, people, you know, great feedback. And then you have that small element of hating bastards, okay? Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you being a female, what type of hate were you getting? Like, what would they say, if you don't mind me asking?
Just random, like, oh, bitch, you can't rap, or like, what the fuck, like, get off the mic, or like stuff like that, you know, like, oh, your voice is so annoying, like stuff like, you know, because I know I have a different kind of voice, you know, so stuff like that, I'll be like, you know, like, damn, people could be so cruel. Like, it didn't get to me, honestly, but it was just like, I didn't need that shit. Like, I was like, you know what, like, I have better shit to do, you know, let me just take a break. Let me do my thing. It was getting me distracted from a few of the things that I was supposed to be doing, so it's I kind of like paused it. Maybe it was an excuse, you know, but I'm thankful for it because I feel like it gave me time to like kind of put my mental stability back in. You're like, you know, okay, I gotta do this. Now I'm gonna do this, you know. Yeah. So sí me dio tiempo para madurar, even to mature, because I feel like I was younger. So when you're young, you don't give a fuck. Right. You know? Right. So as I got older, I'm like, damn, like I could do this, I could do that, and it's good for my future. And that's when I started thinking more outside the box. Okay. Yeah. You know what? You know the thing is that hate goes around for everyone, and I always say this. The reason why people hate is because you're winning, okay? Because people don't hate on losers. Yeah. Okay? And that's going to come. I can preach all positive messages here and preach that I want to help people, and there'll still be people here. Fuck that dude. Fuck, he's a fucking lame, or whatever. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. A esos cabrones los mandamos a la verga, you know what I'm saying? Because they're a small element of dudes. I guarantee you they're probably in their 40s, still living at home with mom. You know, eating Red Bulls and Takis, okay, jacking off at. Most
anyway,
likely.
So.
Those are the only people that have the time and the
collecting disability.
Para estar ahí comentando, you know, like if you have something better to do, you're not gonna be spending your time talking shit online.
You know, if I'm watching this interview and I'm like, okay, let me listen. Some people don't want to do that. Fuck that. Let me talk. Fuck this bitch. You fucking whore.
Right away.
Fuck you, Tony A, for saying that shit. Mamon. Fuck you. Let me go take my fucking, what's it called, Oxycontin, what is it? Because my back hurts. Okay. Anyways, let me stop, because I'll be fucking killing on these motherfuckers all fucking day. Back in the day, I used to be the king of the hood when it came to bagging. Nobody can come. So when people talk, you better be ready, because the way people freestyle raps, I can freestyle a comeback real fucking quick. So cálmate, cabrón. So, anyways, let me enjoy this. You guys are fucking on my neck. So.
You know, that's something, freestyling, right? I'm a writer. Like, I write, you know, most of the time. I'm gonna have one more. But, yes, let's do it. So, I didn't really practice my freestyles, but, like, I always feel like, damn, I don't ever want to be put on the spot, you know, and not know, you know? So, I feel like I've been practicing, but at the same time, it's helped me to develop my different kind of tones I can create. Okay. So it's like it's been working for me, practicing. You know,
and let me say this, because I've known a lot of people that can really write fucking dope songs. And then I met people that just freestylists. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Then I met people that are freestylists that are dope but cannot write a song. Then I met people that can write a song but cannot freestyle. Mm-hmm. If you can
and that was me, but like, see, I want to be able to do both, you know, like I want to be able to, que no me pongan a prueba y quedar como mensa, like, you know what I mean, like at least para defenderme, right, you know, and like we were saying a while ago, it's always good to learn, you know, keep learning and learning.
Absolutely. I'm 52 years old and I'm still learning. I still want to learn. Yeah. That's why I'm going to go to the museum April 1st. Awesome. And read my book. So now, so the EP, do you have a date for that yet?
Honestly, I don't have a date. I haven't really thought about it. I'm still like maybe mastering like the last 2 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, but it should be as soon as maybe even May 7th, el 5 de mayo maybe even.
Okay, and on all platforms?
Yeah, all platforms, Spotify, Apple, everywhere.
What about visuals? Visuals are important.
Visuals. I actually have it's a feat with my boy Bliss from Brooklyn. He's actually from Ecuador. He's repping Ecuadorians out there in Brooklyn.
You know what? I wonder if it's him, because there's a guy. He's Ecuadorian, I believe. He said he flies in. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Tomorrow.
That's him, Jay Bliss.
That's him.
Yeah,
That's him.
I did a feat with him. Se llama Trauma. We did one before Barrios Unidos. Now we have another one with Trauma. We made a sick visual. He and that's what I love about Bliss. Shout out to Bliss because he gets down with the visuals. He's very creative with what he creates on.
And if he's watching, I want to say this, that he'll be here Sunday. The thing is that I'm celebrating my birthday here, and I know we had been talking back and forth because I want to get him on. But I said, look, just come. I said, and we'll do a couple of minutes or whatever, because I want to celebrate my birthday live here, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, just come. And he said, no problem, I'll be there. So, yeah.
He's dope. You know, we did that video. That's coming out tonight, actually, 12 a.m. in New York. So over here it's 9 p.m. So it should be up on his channel. And then I have a video by myself, like, on April 1st.
Okay.
Which is mine.
There was another guy that reached out to me. He says that he knows you, and I believe he does because I don't think he would lie. I believe his name is either Big Tank from Oxnard. He's from out here.
Yeah, Big Tank, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, hey, man, let me roll through, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, shout out to Big Tank, Icon Music. Yeah, he's produced some of my dopest songs, too.
Oh, no?
Yeah,
no
he's,
shit.
He's a really good producer.
Yeah, see, the thing is, he wanted to come in today, but I had already told him.
I heard, yeah. It would have been great to have him here, yeah.
Yeah, but he'll be here soon.
Cool, yeah.
I just heard the song that he did with him and Kid Frost.
I haven't heard it, but I heard it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. So Big Tank and Jay Bliss.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Jay Bliss.
So they're gonna be in the show. Wow, both of them. That's dope.
Yeah. So Jay Bliss, have a safe flight, and I'll see you here Sunday. We're gonna be taking tequila shots. Oh, you know what? You'll still be here, right?
Yeah, still be here.
Okay, if you don't go to the strip club, maybe you guys can come back and just chill with us.
Of course, definitely. Y traemos las strippers para acá. Fuck that. Les llamamos, don't worry.
Okay, you're babysitting that whiskey shot, so I'm already on my 3rd one, guys.
Es que, sí, pero bueno, tú aguantas más que yo, ya ves?
Ya sé, pero no ha comido. I had a raggedy ass hot dog earlier.
What's the best food over here in Cali, like right here around the area?
Okay.
At least?
Okay, my number 1 food of all time still is Mexican food. Okay.
Okay. What?
Okay, my favorite dish ever at any restaurant or any home is chile verde. Chile verde, pork meat. I like.
Chile verde, which is that what? Adobo verde?
No, like chile verde, like whether it's in con arroz y frijoles or in a burrito, pero chile verde.
You mean the chile relleno?
No, chile verde.
Chile verde.
Maybe we just do it differently.
This is what I mean. Cali has some different things out here.
Yes. You know what?
Chile verde.
Second, I'd probably say sushi. I love.
Me too. I gotta agree with you on that.
Oh my God, I love sushi and.
So probably got the same order.
Yes.
Mexican, I love tortas, and then I have sushi.
Okay, so chile verde, it comes like. Let me try to explain. Like in a sauce with chunks of pork.
Okay. It's adobo. Well, I call it, maybe in Puebla, we call it adobo verde.
Okay.
Chile
That's
verde,
probably what it is. Con arroz y frijoles, okay? Or in a burrito, whatever. That's like my favorite. I can eat that shit like for breakfast or for dinner or for lunch.
Yeah, that is good.
See, you know what's funny about us?
Te gusta el tomatillo and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. One thing about Mexicans that we have dinner for breakfast sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's why a lot of us estamos.
Pero estamos como estamos.
Y luego tráeme una cerveza during breakfast. During breakfast.
No, when I go to Mexico to visit my family in Puebla and en los pueblitos, the first thing they offer you is una coca y pan dulce. That's the first thing that goes. I'm like, that for breakfast. It's 9 a.m. You offer me a coke and a sweet bread. That's not sugar. Pero you take it because I'm like, okay, like that's
and then you know what we say? Diabetes runs on my family. No wonder.
Exactly.
What the fuck? Like shit. You know. So I love sushi. Okay, now I'm gonna say this. I have a lot of. I had an opportunity to go to Japan, but I never wanted to go because of the 13-hour flight. I should have went. But I didn't. But I've had like over 6 friends that have gone. They've come back, and here's what they said. We tried the sushi over there, and it was cool, but it fucking came in a conveyor belt. All their sushi restaurants. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, you take off the lid and agarras, lo pones así. It's almost like a buffet, but it's not. So, and then he goes, all of them came back and told me, United States has perfected sushi. Okay. So I wonder now if, God, I hope I don't get hate for this. I hope I don't get hate for this. I wonder if United States has perfected Mexican food over.
You know what? No, because the flavor will never be the same.
It never be. You're right.
It will never. Even the rice, like, I don't know. Today was the first time I ever went to Northgate Market. I didn't even know what that was. I went there and I was like, because I had a business meeting because I'm into business too. So they recommended me to go there to look at a few things. And I'm there and I'm like, this is like a Mexican supermarket. Like, to us, it's like a ShopRite in New York. So I'm going around and my husband actually got un guisado, like rice and like enchiladas and stuff. And I tasted the rice and it tasted like airplane rice. So I'm like, but if I'm a Mexican American, I would think it was a little more flavorful. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think I don't think that the right ingredients were in that recipe.
Well, I think you went to the wrong place. That's why.
You think? Yeah, maybe. I feel bad now. I'm bashing on Northgate, but I didn't like the rice, and I'm
no, you know what?
This is why I go to the little delis in New York.
You're right. You know what? And there's a Northgate down the street, and I love going there.
Okay.
But
do you buy because I saw the rices in topers. I've never seen that before.
No, I don't.
I got it. Maybe estaba pasando algo.
I venden tamales, venden carnitas.
I bought tamales too.
Now, what did you think? What did you think? Did you try them?
Did I what?
Did you try them?
I had a tamal of rajas and piña.
And did you like it?
Yeah, I did like it. I did. Honestly, though, I don't want to bash, but like, I feel like my aunt makes better tamales in New York.
Hey, you know what?
We have this because we have the ice cream that I'm talking about.
Right.
In the winter, we sell tamales and atoles.
Oh, fuck! I love atole.
She makes like 5 different type and
de vainilla.
Yeah, and los tamales and the tamales. I was just like, the first thing I said was like, oh, my tia makes it better. Like, which maybe it's messed up, but like it's just the flavor that you feel like when you feel that mom flavor. Maybe because it's a little more commercial, you don't feel it there.
Yes. Now out here, some people may disagree with me. You know what's more popular than atole? Champurrado.
Yeah, it is in New York. It is.
Now I love atole better. But you got to make it right because if not, you're going to have a bunch of fucking balls.
Oh, yeah. No, you got to know how to make it. Trust me, I'm the type. They taught me how to make atoles already. Because in our business, we have to know. Right. I have to know. And my aunt's like, quédate ahí. You're in charge of the atole. And I'm there for an hour. And atole, en chapurrado takes an hour or something to make. Right. So tienes que estar. And if you fuck it up, you're going to have mad clumps. And that's business right there. So ahí me tienes next to the stove moviendo el atole. Sometimes even making a song. And I'm like, I even have a lyric like that in one of my songs. Like, moviendo el atole de arriba para abajo. And I'm like, like...
That's dope.
But yeah,
because when you drink atole, if you get like a fucking glump, like fuck, what una pinche bola, another one.
No,
like,
you have to know how to make it.
Yeah, you got to know how to fucking make it.
See, now when you go to New York, I want you to try atoles.
Most definitely, I love atoles. I think they even have one that nuez. I seen atole.
They have everything.
Yeah,
like
everything. Strawberry,
they make
chocolate.
Everything up. I just saw a while ago they had something about ¿cómo decía? It was some weird thing, some atole, and I was like, wait, what? It was just weird. I forgot what it was, but se me hizo bien raro. Because, like I said, Cali has a little more creative ideas with that.
I'm going to tell you what I'm a big fan of. I'm a fucking big fan. Mariscos. I love mariscos. Okay. Cotele camarón, una mixta, una campechana, unos aguachiles.
Aguachiles.
That's what I'm a fucking big fan. Now, that's our version of sushi. Okay. Los mariscos. Now,
and you guys have good mariscos out here.
I believe, maybe I should have rephrased it. I believe we have better mariscos out here than in Mexico.
You think so?
I think so. And I have a lot of friends that go back and they say, when I come back, we perfected mariscos out here.
Really?
But here's the thing, it's kind of unfair because the people that come over here and invent this shit come from Mexico.
Yeah. But I feel like everything tastes different. It's just the seafood, any food tastes different in Mexico than here.
Porque allá son camarones mexicanos.
Yeah, like in Mexico, I feel like the best place I've had food at, mariscos, is Ixtapa Beach.
Oh, yeah.
I went to this island donde tenían la piña una piña llena de mariscos, like melted cheese and everything. I was amazed. It was like a little island with like maybe
yes.
a few people.
Yes, I've heard of that place. Wow.
Yeah, but here I tried some mariscos like 2 years ago in San Diego. Aguachiles. It was the first time I had aguachiles. Oh my gosh, I felt so in love that day.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, Sunday I'm gonna have some mariscos here.
Yeah,
seriously, I'm serious.
I'm so here then.
I'm serious. I'm gonna have some mariscos here, and I cannot wait.
You guys have that here in California, right? I see that you guys have people that come to events and like bring their taquerias and their mariscos and stuff.
Everything.
That's
everything.
Cool.
I'm gonna have some ceviche de camarón, my fucking favorite.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Like.
Oh hell yeah, I'm coming, Tony. Aunque no me invites, I'm here.
Oh, you got my address already, so we're good. So now, I thought we were talking about music. Fuck, how do we get to? I'm fucking hungry now. Okay, I forgot my questions now. Okay, so now your EP drops. You don't have a actual date yet. Yeah. What's going to come next after that? Are you looking to collab with any possible Chicano rappers out here? Is there anybody that you would like to collab out here that maybe you don't know, you have never been in contact with, you're a fan of? Maybe I can make that happen.
You know, honestly, I'm really a big fan of Reverie.
Okay.
She's dope, you know, Reverie, she's dope. But besides that, I'm more into like kind of trap music from New York right now.
Okay.
You know, like Molly Bracy, Little Kiyu. It's like kind of more a whole different style, yeah.
Okay, that'll work. Have you ever heard of a guy, because he's been on here twice. He's from Las Vegas, actually, Duende.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah.
He's really
He's dope. Yeah, shout out to him. He's dope.
He's really dope. There's a couple of other guys, other Chicano rappers out here that I really like, that I've interviewed here. I'll just name a few, like Misfit, another guy named Cujo.
I have a song, sorry to interrupt you, Tony. I have a song with Baldacci, Face of LA, and Misfit actually on hold.
Oh, really?
So it's still in mastering, but yeah, we have it there. So that's just it, and honestly, Misfit got down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And Baldacci, I interviewed him here as well.
Okay.
Cujo, Cujo's a very fucking dope. I just had him on Freaky Tales, and he's a dope rapper. Another guy out of San Diego that I respect a lot is Shadow, for keeping it real with me. A lot of guys out here. So if you ever come across anybody that maybe you just like, you know what, if you can, we can collab, hook it up over there, I'll reach out to them.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah,
I'll reach out.
Yeah, like I said before, like I'm all for anything that's positive and making it happen. I'm not picky.
Right.
It's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about support and the raza and just being out and making a dream come true.
Yeah, absolutely. So now, the video that you did the other day, when does that drop? Can we expect that soon?
I don't know, honestly. We haven't even spoken about the date, but it's so lit that it's gonna be ASAP. I'm very excited. Yeah, I was so excited because it was very. It's a different style. It's like very West Coast, East Coast style. It's like a mix. So you're gonna hear.
Now let me ask you this, Ms. Gattis. Do you come out here a lot?
With the whole COVID thing, I had not been here since like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, I try to come every year. I try at least, yeah. Okay. But I want to come more often.
COVID has been like the biggest cock blocker of all fucking time.
Yeah.
Fuck, like.
I mean, I haven't let it stop me a lot from doing what I have to do.
Right.
But as far as traveling, it's just like, it's a bitch because you have to do this, you have to do that, like have your COVID test, and it's like,
Y la pinche máscara.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
I mean, us as Mexicans, we're used to, because Mexican wrestlers, we wear máscaras.
Mm-hmm.
I just started wearing a fucking mil máscaras mask. Even when I go to the gym, people think I'm santo. But but it's hard to work out when you're wearing a fucking mask. But the good thing is that the gyms opened up, restaurants opened up. Now you can start
I heard you were very happy about the gym opening up. Yes. Everybody can say, Tony can't wait for the gym to open up.
Oh, you know what that is? Remember when you were in high school and you had PE class?
Mm-hmm.
That was This is my PE class.
Okay.
You know? I'm a 52-year-old dude que se cree that I'm still 28 or 29.
Good. You don't look 52 actually. Now that you say
Thank you
it.
very much.
You look young.
I try.
Good genes.
You know what my secret is? Drinking a lot of fucking water. You have to go to the restroom a lot, but drink a lot of fucking water.
Keep your body hydrated. Yeah.
Yes. So with that being said, anything I didn't ask you, anything you want to promote?
No, just stay tuned for my new music coming up. 2021 is really gonna be different. I feel like it's por algo pasan las cosas. Like the time that I took off, it was for me to develop and for me to grow up. So what I'm bringing is a whole different style of me, a whole different side of me. And I'm thankful and I'm blessed for the people that I work with, for my producers, for my team in Cali. Shout out to my NYC team. Because in New York, you know, I have my team that is supporting me. Yeah. So, I'm pretty much blessed that I have what.
And you got people out here that look out for you.
Definitely, yeah. My boy Eric Snipes from Hood Space Music, he's definitely hooking me up with all this right now. He's the first person to believe in me in music.
That's awesome.
So that I feel like for that time I took off, I probably let him down. So I'm like, no, like now I can't let anybody down. You know, there's 3 important men in my life. I was just talking about this a few days ago. There's 3 important men in my life.
The Holy Trinity.
Yes. I have my father, my husband, and my boy Eric Snipes, who is my mentor in music. So it's like, those are the 3, and I didn't think about it like that, but I was like, wow, like I have like 3 good mentors in my life. You know, that believe in me.
Yeah.
You know, my 3 most supporters in life.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, with that being said, any shout outs you want to give?
Just to my NYC team, to Malvados Clip from San Diego, who I'm working with a few projects, and just everyone who supports me. If I don't see who you are, because I'm bad with names. Like a lot of people were like, "Shout," you know, like. But honestly, I'm bad with names. But I just want to thank everyone that supports me from the heart. That comment me, that message me. There's people that message me random days, like, "Good morning, Gattis. Like, I wish you the best. Like, you're an awesome person." Like,
that's awesome.
Things like that, like, just keep me so motivated, and I feel so blessed to have that in my life. So I'm just so thankful for everyone that's out there supporting me.
You know, and I always like to say this, and I'll speak for myself. Without the fans, we ain't shit.
Exactly.
So
straight up.
We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for supporting. Yep. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for just everything, because that's one thing that always keeps a artist humble, is that you guys. For all the guys that think they're all that, you know what? Fuck those dudes. Don't even support them anymore. Mándalos a la vez, pinche verga.
Yeah,
you know. Now you may say, Tony, that's fucking hate. No, I'm just being honest. For the people that won't give you a picture, for the people that won't give you an autograph, for the people that won't support you, people that won't even acknowledge you, don't even support those guys. You know, make them go work for their weed. But anyways.
We're made out of love. So stay with the love.
Absolutely. And you know what? Brooklyn's in the motherfucking house.
That's right. NYC style.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So let me go ahead and give a couple of my shout outs. Let me give a shout out to my gym and to my boy, Alex Cervantes Enterprise. Let me give a shout out to my boy, Anthony, the hip hop Jedi. Right? That's it. Ticka hip hop, ticka Jedi. Okay. And let me give a shout out to my boy Invincible. Let me give a shout out to my boy Hood Space.
That's right.
Not my space, but Hood Space, oh boy. And my brother, go ahead.
Mr. New York.
Mr. New York is in the motherfucking building. So we're here. We're gonna take a couple of more shots and a couple of more pictures.
Yep. That's right. NYC is in the building, so we're gonna get Tony fucked up before Sunday.
Much love, much respect, Miss Gattis.
Yes,
salud.
Oh, ya me acabé el mío. Ahora
No,
sí,
I got it. Hold on.
You were saying how I was being slow with it. Ah, damn it.
Right there. I gotta show love.
All right.
Te lo tienes que empinar.
That's right. Salud.
We out of here. Vámonos.